gonna turn it down just a little bit. I like it real quiet, to be honest. I don't give a fuck what other people think. Look, the neutral throw. Normally you don't neutral throw if you can help it in this game. It takes a very small amount of mashing to actually, like, make neutral throws weaker than... Or I shouldn't say neutral throws are okay. It's mash throws that are the problem. Not all neutral throws are mash throws. But a good number of characters have like a neutral throw that's a mash throw, and then side throws that aren't. Like Ken and Hugo and 12. Anyway, mash throws are shitty. If the opponent mashes even a little bit, you need like a ridiculous number of hits of mash throws. And even if both of you are mashing with like frame perfect inputs, it'll only be like a 3-hit mash throw, whereas they usually go up to 6. And you need like 5 hits to equalize the damage of like a back throw or a forward throw. Mash throws are like a weird relic. Mashing in general is like a weird relic. The only time you really see mashing in Street Fighter is in Dizzy's nowadays. I remember mashing wasn't in Marvel 3, and then they added it in Ultimate. And I think it's gone again in Infinite, but to be honest, I've never even really thought about it. What if it just turned out that you could do like... Ooh. What if it just turned out that you could do Proton Cannon and just mash it and get more hits, and I had like a bunch of damage I was leaving on the table all the time? Iron Man was lit. Iron Man was like a super fun character. I liked how unplayed he was and how good he was. I love characters like that. I don't know if he was that good, but he seemed good. But we're not here to talk about Iron Man. Current time, 7:26 a.m. I'd never ever stream at an hour like this. I'll probably sleep between now and the BAF Cup, which is in about 12. About 10. Ooh, good punish. That's like... That's pretty minus, but it's not that close. Yeah, Omega SF4. I've already made the Ken video, but I'm not going to put it up for a little bit. Because I already knew a lot about Ryu and Ken. It's going to get a lot slower once I have to do the research for every character. But not that much slower. I'll probably do the Akuma one today, actually. But I'm probably going to release them like, you know, maybe 1 a week, maybe 2 a week. They're not going to be fast. They're going to be a very slow, gradual thing. A lot of job security, though. There's a lot of them to make. It's going to take a long time to make them. That jump. They were both parrying. Oh yeah, dude, I was admiring just how much shit's on that guide now. That overhead, he mistimed it. He wanted a meaty one. Most overheads you can do something kind of cool if you get a really deep meaty, but I don't think Remy's... I've never seen a Remy do like a meaty overhead into a Link. It's a very slow overhead, to be honest. It's got kind of a deceptive animation, but it doesn't really look like any of his other moves. So it's not that deceptive. There's a certain point where it's just like, this move hasn't hit me yet, it's an overhead. A lot of people act like it's a really hard overhead to block because it looks like a low or something, but like, I've never had a problem. It's a pretty easy overhead to block. The fact that Remy has like an overhead is like, well, I don't know. I guess offensive. Oh, what kind of shitty punish? He had such a beefy combo. I want to see weird Oni tech. Show me this web. This is probably gonna be a nuisance to get on the stream. It's like, it's just off stream. What is this overlay? I like that you have this. So that was light Tatsu, or that was that light Tatsu? Was that medium Tatsu? Oh, that was instant air Tatsu. Into air demon. That's interesting. That was also instant air Tatsu. This is strange. This is already weird as fuck. I know it's not really visible on stream, but bear with me. Is that like... What's going on with those air Tatsus? I've never really looked at Oni. That was cool though. Do you have like an air Tatsu dive kick kind of thing going on? Because that's what that last one looked like. That's 3 stone. Oro can't jump over Remy in the corner, so he has no unblockable kind of stuff, but he does have like low overhead mix-ups. He was a bit greedy. EX flash kick. It's nice to go for overheads against Remy because Remy needs to charge low, which means he needs to eat overheads if he wants to have a reversal prepped. In general, Remy really hates 3 stone, but no unblockables because he's narrow, which means you can't jump over him. Remy is one of the most narrow characters in the game, but he's quite tall. All the hitboxes in this game are quite unique. Remy is one of the weirder hitboxes, but he still works fairly ordinarily for combos. I was reading the Oni section. My friend plays Oni, and I'll probably show him everything you've written down. I saw the comments you were making yesterday on Discord too.
2、3回食らうとほらもう追いついちゃった。そうですね。マジで。
I liked light tatsu, medium tatsu. I was wondering about that a lot because you know I kept seeing the like light into heavy that wasn't working. And light tatsu just looks like it has, you know, something you can do.
そうギリギリのとこで打たせて。
He does look fun. He looks like a lot of fun, to be honest. He's a really neat character. I don't know who I want to main in Omega yet, to be honest. Sakura, like, she's neat. I actually really like the way she kind of works, but I don't think she has a lot of staying power for me. I'm going to be mashing the fuck out of EX Hadosho today during the BAF Cup. It's +2. Don't tell anyone. You didn't hear it from me. Keep it a secret, but it's +2. +2 on block. It looks like the kind of move that would be unsafe, but it's actually plus, which is like a fantastic weapon. I'm gonna exploit the fuck out of the fact that people probably didn't do their homework, but it's like a really good attack in general. They like combos at all ranges, from everything. Max range staying short. Here, have this EX Hadosho. Damage isn't great. It works in her juggles, and it's really fucking high damage too. You can get EX. Oh, I need to figure out a combo route that works on Kemi and Rose. Because the combo route I found works on Shotos, but it doesn't work on Kemi and Rose. I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm probably going to do just hard Tatsu. Probably going to do juggles into hard Tatsu. EX Tatsu, hard Tatsu. That seems to be developer intended. Hard Tatsu was a fucking mess. I was like, this is a piece of shit attack. This is absolutely useless. It didn't do anything. And then, I juggled an EX Tatsu into hard Tatsu and it all made sense. It was like, oh, it has this arc and this hit for like this exact purpose. It's designed to be a juggle one. You use medium Tatsu on grounded opponents and hard Tatsu on airborne opponents. And then everything kind of fell together. Sakura makes a lot of sense now, I understand. But like her tool set looked so strange when I was first looking at her. She looked bad. But now everything is kind of has synergy. Except the the back fierce counter hit, that still doesn't have any synergy. That's still just kind of weird and shitty. You got a counter hit, so now this attack that like, ooh. Now this attack that normally leads to a combo, the combo that you went for will whiff. It's like weird as fuck. It's like Korean crush counter stand fierce. Except I can't find the intended combo. It's probably just Ultra 2 or something. I didn't test that because I was running Ultra 1 for all the time I was testing. Hugo mirrors are a mess. You know, almost always in Hugo mirrors, I see the Hugos pick Ultra Super 3. But this is 2 Super 1s. I remember hearing someone say that Super 3 was good against Super 1, but I can't imagine why. I guess it is an invincible reversal, which means Super 1 resets are a little bit less scary or something. I don't know, I'm just making that up. I mean, I guess it's true, but you know, I don't. Stand right now, it's a button you never ever see. It's an overhead, but it's very shitty. It doesn't knock over, and it's like terrible on block. Nice. I haven't seen Junior in a minute. I recognize that name from a long time ago. Q. One of my favorites. This match is a slugfest. Q doesn't have that much trouble getting his taunts up. I wouldn't call it free. Hugo can lariat them or like slap them, but it's like, you know, Q gets net health from all that. But Hugo's neutral is actually kind of good against Q. But both of them hit like freight trains. I guess Hugo doesn't really hit like a freight train in this matchup because Q's enormous health. No juggle here. In Street Fighter 4 you get a juggle. It's kind of weird the way they did it. They wanted him to be able to combo out of a throw in the corner. but they ended up like he can do that with his normal throw in this game, and he can also do it with ultra throw anywhere on the screen, I guess. But he can do that with his normal throw in this game, and they put it on Meat Squasher, which in my opinion is a very strange place to put it. The forward, I think, is the fastest Q can mash to build meter. That's kind of precise to get the punish. What up, everyone?
なんかパッと見円中形になりそうなんだけどね、あの距離。ちゃんとピン中形でした。さあ、高橋さんがなんか。
Nice. I wonder if you could like pick Omega Ryu at a tournament and kind of be covert about it. I just hope that no one notices the Omega symbol under your name. Because Omega Ryu is kind of similar to regular Ryu. You just get easy links. As long as you never use the parry. And as long as you never used stand forward in cases where it wouldn't normally work. People might not realize that you're playing Omega Ryu, so you'd be able to get like, you know, low strong low forward or low jab low forward every single time. Most of his regular ass combos still work. I guess you'd lose DPF ADC. I could see someone, even someone who's somewhat acquainted with the game, not realizing that they're fighting an Omega Ryu if the Omega Ryu played a certain way. Look at me thinking about how I would cheat in a tournament. Ugh. See, Super 3 could have cancelled that. It's actually really hard to empty cancel a clap because clap has next to no recovery. So you generally just get the, yeah, you'd have to never do any XDP on hit. You'd have to always FADC it. Light screen on Chansey and RVY. I don't know what you mean by take. Most Chanseys run like attacks in RBY. You get like Ice Beam Chansey and Blizzard Chansey. Chansey's like the one mon that actually runs Ice Beam because it wants PP more than it wants damage. But Chansey with light screen, doesn't light screen, isn't it just like raise your it's like not, I don't remember how light screen works in Gen 1. I remember it had a big overhaul. It and Reflect like changed their mechanics. Look at that mid-air stomp combo. That would have stunned if it didn't kill him. Chun-Li like never ever stuns. Have special damage. Does that stay up? Does that really? Good shit. Does that stay up if you switch out? Because that is a joke. That's something I could really do. I could actually get a meme SF4 tournament. I'll tell you what, you know? I might actually try for that. Not at Evo, but like at like SoCal Regionals, or if there's like a big tournament near me, I'll see if I can like work, if I can like get some consoles or something, get some people working together, and make a setup. See how he blocked the last hit and then did a super? Someone said recently, who was it? I forget. Someone said recently that's a red parry for Q to parry the last hit of that. Whereas it's a blue parry for every other character. There are going to be a lot of really bad players playing this game when 30th comes out. You'll be alright. You have to be very careful with those there. Q probably doesn't because his throw is slow as shit. But you have to like wait a long time for Kuma to become throwable. He's throwable for the whole animation of Towards Strong. There's only like a little throwable period at the end of it. Like, you can parry both hits of Towards Strong from Akuma and then throw immediately, and Akuma still throw immune. It's silly. But if you got both of those parries, then you can very easily see that he's doing that attack. Annoying ass Tatsu on Q. Akuma can honestly play this matchup with like only air fireballs, and it doesn't really matter if Q like parries. If Akuma's movement is on point, then like the parries don't open up Akuma to a hit. It's really silly how like ridiculously defensive Akuma can play this. Akuma's neutral here is extremely dominant. It's a really shitty matchup. It's probably like a 7-3.
でね
That
え
being
と
said, Q just destroys Akuma and only a few hits. So
で PA からさあ飛び
that's a ton of damage.
数が半端ない
That was Demon Flip Throw.
さあ100機投げを
You
使
don't
っ
see that very often in this game.
もう PA してる
No
余裕
point in
ない
getting
ですね
taunts when you got no health. Oh, this is like unwinnable
い
now.
やないん
GG
だけどさあ
Cute.
これは確定うまいですね次は ESB さん
Parry is how fast you take, how long you take to get good at parry is entirely dependent on how often you go for parry. Someone who plays a character who's forced to go for a lot of aggressive parries like Q or Hugo will get good at parrying a lot faster than someone who plays like Yon, where they don't really need to go for parries very much. With normal health, Akuma would be better than Ken, I think. A lot of people already put Akuma better than Ken.
じゃあ後で皆さんで
Losing out on the, like, Akuma doesn't have like overhead as a super, but almost everything Akuma has besides that is like better than Ken. Even Akuma's damage is only barely worse than Ken's.
宣伝をしてる間に相当回されてますね
Oh, it's unsafe, I think. There it was. Good punish.
さあダッシュ投げ通って中足立
This matchup is pretty shit. It's maybe worse than Q versus Akuma. It's like equally bad for similar reasons.
さあもう
The thing is, Hugo's damage is high, but everything he has that works even a little bit against Akuma, like, doesn't do any damage. It's like you're never gonna land any beefy stuff. You're never gonna land a good clap. Okay, you landed a pretty good clap there. This can kill. It did.
やりすぎた
Trust YSB to get combos like those. That's not like super hard, but it is a little precise. YSB's like the master of it. At some positions on the screen, it's actually impossible. At other positions, you need a mid-combo dash, which isn't hard, but, you know, spotting the differences between the positions is annoying.
さあ
And then in the corner, it's fairly easy to do on everyone, I think. That jump jab is quite good in this matchup. Is that a failed red parry? What the fuck?
さあうまい
That's so easy. That was so early to go for it.
ボディにとってちゃんと
That's
治
gonna hit.
療で隠らせる
You can get 2 or 3 hits there. Can't quick stand because the last hit that knocked you over was a super.
2投が決まってしまってさちゃんと
Anyway,
持ってる
what I was saying is, even though like your damage is kind of good on paper, a lot of your hits that you can conceivably land, like jump jab or low short, aren't very strong.
じゃああとは私が
昇竜が負けた波動の前に中間を押したんだと健三さん言っておりました
Look at all that damage. Hard SPD does so much to twins. 4 hard SPDs will actually kill twins. There's a very famous Hayao replay against KO, where Hayao lands absolutely nothing in the round except 4 hard SPDs. And he beats one of the best Yuns of the era. It's really hard to like pick out a best Yun. There are so many Yuns, and all of them are like pretty similarly prolific. And to be honest, like, although Yun is like a super strong character who's had a lot of tournament success, like a lot of the best players ever, there hasn't really ever been a best Yun ever that really stands out compared to a lot of the other ones. Yakun is a pretty damn good one. What's his name? Boss? No. Well, yes, Boss used to play Yun. But I was gonna say Momochi. Momochi was quite a good Yun player. Boss and Momochi like swapped characters. I forget how it worked. One of them used to play Makoto and the other used to play Yun, and then they like swapped so it was Yun and Makoto. He tried to run. So as soon as if Hugo decides to run at all, I think he loses invincibility. But if you try and punish the running, he could release red as you try and punish, and he could counter hit you. So if he's got like a very shitty ghetto mix-up, and you can just wait for the run to fully resolve and then whiff punish it, which is not too hard, but it's a little precise. It's annoying if you're like in Seienbu and you have to wait out like his entire run animation.
さあ来撃手減る。
わかんねえんすけどこれ。
Momochi is one of the best players of this game, to be honest.
はいよ。はいよ。健三さんこれ。これあざーすください。
It's hard to say who like the all-time best players are. A lot of people say Kuroda and MOV, and they're probably right. Tokido has had an extremely prolific life in this game. Good Alana combos. There are none. Alana doesn't do combos. The only combo you ever use with Alana is low strong into DP as a punish. And every now and then low strong into EX spin scythe into DP. Literally, like almost all other combos are like not really necessary with Elena. Elena's like one of the most combo unfriendly characters, to be honest. These are unblockables. Really shitty scenario Urian finds himself in with Seienbu.
食らったら終わりって結構やばくないですか。うわーマジで。なるほど。
Elena's mix-up is mathematically one of the better mix-ups in the game. In terms of success rate. In terms of damage, it's kind of bad. Nothing leads to anything. She doesn't get full combos from lows unless you cancel straight away into a super from low short, which is horrible. She doesn't get any cancels from overheads, or like combos from overheads. I think she can get a very deep meaty towards strong? I don't remember. I think she can get a deep meaty overhead into super. Probably universal overhead for sure. She can link into a super. She's got the car throw, but of course that just does the damage of a throw. She's got like some unthrowable normal spec roundhouse, stay roundhouse. But they just do the damage of roundhouses, and they have no links or combos. Daigo, at the time, was one of the best players of this game. I don't know how he'd stack up, like... I don't know how Daigo of them would stack up now. KO was a very strong Yun for a very long time when this game came out. Now I think he plays Yang, and I don't even know if he still plays. I think he does, but I could be wrong.
どのキャラも一回ブロールドも構わないんで、まあドミニはきっちり一回ブロっていうのがまあ。
Are we talking about the five gods? Haitani is one of them, and I think who is it? Maga might not be. Nemo, I think definitely isn't. Daigo, Tokido, Sako, Haitani. It's been a while since I've thought about that. There's like one more forgetting, but I feel like it's not Mago. Nuki. Was it Nuki? That sounds right. You're right. You see my my Dank Omega video? Just went live, baby. Secret Omega Tech, not secret anymore. Absolutely absurd. I read your like YouTube comments every fucking day. You make so many YouTube comments. I love it. Look at their custom fall animation. MOV is probably the best player of this game. Tominaga's turning into one of the best players ever of this game, to be honest. Tominaga's had like a lot of success in the last few years in this game, beating a lot of the best players. American gods of this game? Pyrelee is fucking fantastic and as good as a lot of the Japanese Yuns. Justin Wong's Chun-Li is as good as a lot of the Japanese Chun-Li's at the time. They were like the only two. They were like the only two U.S. players who were really as good as the Japanese players. There was another Yun. It wasn't just Pyrelee. There was like another one. Finished my platformer now. I've been busy doing other stuff. Is it over? Damn, it's over. All right. Street Fighter 4. Dun 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 dun. Evil Ryu's command grab good, or is it just memes? When you say Evil Ryu's command grab, I don't know what the fuck. You were talking about Raising Demon? Evil Ryu's never had a command grab. Does he have one in Ultra? I mean, no, Omega? Because I feel like he doesn't.
ではランダム2オン2始めていきますよ。今月の5月のウルファー大会続きましてはランダム2オン2大会ですね。14名のエントリーいただきました。1チーム7チームに分かれました。8人のリーグベストと3人のリーグに分けまして、上位
I don't know if there's any 3S tournaments in America that mean shit.
割といつもの形でルールもじゃんけんで
So just someone winning something in America and Third Strike doesn't mean anything. If we were talking about Third Strike, that's what I was thinking. Oh, I guess Gutex. Omega Evil Ryu has a command grab? I didn't know that. Or I knew and I forgot. I thought it was only the shitty fireball. Oh, I've got research to do. I really like his towards Fierce, so. It's a little bit... Evil Ryu's towards Fierce is like Nikai's charge overhead almost. It's more like a focus attack. Kinda dead. You don't say. It's not even a question. And it's not kind of. It's like a massive difference. Mini Demon. Is it 2 bars or something? Is it one of them? Nice. Oh! Didn't get any X cake. Third Strike is like a meme game in America. There's like a few SoCal players, and there might be a few New York players, and that's it. This fucking lag. The sound desync. It didn't kill! Jury's punished for shit. That forward jump was like necessary, but I can't believe Evil Ryu didn't like expect it. This went from being horrible to being winnable. I wouldn't call it good though. If Jury got like a... I think Jury's like neutral there. If Jury got like an ultra punish on that EXDP, it would have been like much more manageable. Chris G was not a player of Third Strike in its heyday. He like learned to play it after the fact, which I think is really badass. He's like a new school player, and he's actually extremely good, from what I can tell. I haven't seen that much footage of him playing. I've seen his like tournament, like, you know, results things where it's like, oh, Chris G, top 3, top 1. 30th has a small chance of reviving several games because Capcom made some comments about supporting a tournament series for like all the games on it. So I think it's a very real thing that could turn into something. Capcom's also announced they're going to do a whole bunch of fucking esports this coming year. Like, and turn it into a huge thing for them. That dive kick is mad good. People didn't really use it. That was pretty good. He still needs a lot more. KF14, I watch it. I haven't really like played it much. At 25th, they had a Third Strike tournament and an ST tournament, but it only lasted as long as 25th. We'll see how long the 30th anniversary tournament works. One hit on Balrog is hard to get. Balrog's a defensive tank. That 2.5 frame jab. A good anti-air presence. But he's like rarely unsafe, if you know what I mean. It's hard to find an opening. He has one of the better responses. If he's got bar, he's got one of the better responses to focus attacks too. I might have the low latency feature, but I haven't turned it on. He probably could have charged that. Oh, very cool. I was gonna say he could have charged another. That was a weird jank jump. He could have whiffed it over, whiffed a bullhead and then done another one. I'm scared. This is shitty for Evil Ryu. I would call it like a 7-3 right now. The health looks really similar, but Balrog's chip out tools are very good. Evil Ryu's are... Balrog's got too much health. Yeah. That might have just killed. Like, if that wasn't blocked, that might have been chip. It was chip. It was blocked. Kutabare. What does it mean? If third strike tournaments become big again, I will go to local ones. It's a difficult situation for me because I don't play on that many pads. I can play on like PS4 default. I've got an Xbox One pad that feels okay, and I can use any bullshit I want if it's on PC. But a lot of third strike tournaments I went to have been on fucking arcade, and it's just like, well, I can play, but I won't be good. The overhead, he just let it happen. Oh, I can't kill here. He might be able to. He actually did. It wasn't even that close. It was only 3 hits. It was only 3 hits into Dizzy. I guess I underestimated. Look at that! Dog players never do that. This is Ultra 2 Ryu. What the fuck? That's shitty. It's like objectively a shitty Ultra. It doesn't do a damn thing that Ultra 1 doesn't do. It gives him a deeper anti-air Ultra. That's like the one thing it does. In every other way, Ultra 1 does a lot more damage. What the fuck? Red focus from a Crutch Roundhouse? What kind of bizarre executional error was that? Burned 3 bars for nothing. The funny thing about Ultra 2 is they tried to buff it, but they accidentally buffed Ultra 1 more. If you do EXDP FADC, they made it so it's 2 hits. It's 1 hit into oh, look at that. That's a good conversion. Max range EX Tatsu was the only thing he had there. Super good overhead. They made it so EXDP FADC first hit is a free juggle state, because that would make it so, you know, you could land a full connect Ultra 2. But because they gave him that, that meant that he could do EXDP 1 hit into FADC dash in, anti-air light DP, and then juggle Ultra 1. And that combo, because you know, Ultra 1 still connects fully in a JP1 scenario. The light DP creates JP1 from a free juggle state. That combo ends up doing the same amount of damage, or like more, than the fucking new Ultra 2 combo. So from the exact same route, his Ultra 1 combo is still stronger. It's like so stupid. And then Ultra 1 does a million other things as well. I guess Ultra 2 is a slightly better reversal. I have to admit that. Reversal Ultras are something you want to avoid though, because they've got the freeze. Spence at evening. Must be in Australia. Yeah, Balrog is like fundamentally defensive. He's got like a little bit of rushdown mix-up kind of stuff with his different dash punch follow-ups, but that's like it. That's his only like offensive presence. Apart from that, he's like a counter character. I shouldn't say like a counter character. That's completely wrong. He doesn't have like a parry or anything like that. But he's got like, you know, he's got like some defensive tool for like most scenarios. Not defensive tools like reversals. His reversal options are actually kind of weak, although he does have a few of them. Defensive tools like, he's not weak to jumps from various angles because like Bullhead will catch far ones and Crutch Fierce will catch close ones. He's not weak to like focus attacks from most ranges, because he's got like EX, he's got armored swing smash or whatever. He's not weak to, ooh, look at that. He's not weak to fireballs a lot of ranges because he's got the bullhead. It's a cool little link. He's not really weak to like walk-up pressure because of his awesome jab. What the fuck? Why'd he go for that route? Why'd he start with low jab? What'd that ever do? You can do low jab, stamina now, crouch strong, but I think. But you could just do stamina, crouch strong and get less scaling and more damage. CB and Omega. I could do that. That actually sounds really fun. I'm not really doing anything this stream. I'm watching Street Fighter 4, but I could be playing it. I think you mean there was no reason to ever pick Ultra 2 with Ryu. Boggs was pretty bad. I wouldn't call it like objectively useless, but it was almost always useless. It was a 2-frame grab, so on characters who had a good tool that was -2, you could use it to punish that tool. Like you can do, nice, smart. You could do Dirty Bolt to punish a block dash punch, for example, or a block Dan kick, or a block Doni slash. Stuff like that. Guy Ultra 2, same business. But unlike Balrog, Guy Ultra 1 is actually not that good. So Guy has less opportunity cost. I would still pick Guy Ultra 1 if it was me, I would pick Guy Ultra 1 in every matchup. But there were a decent number of Guy players who picked Ultra 2 here and there. A 2-frame punish is a nice thing to have, that's all I gotta say. Can do the speed. There were a few useless ultras in this game though, no doubt. Just like 4 or 5, give or take. Unusual series of links. He actually had low roundhouse there instead of snare roundhouse, and that would have been better because it would have knocked over. T-Hawk's not very good at punishing anyway. I doubt he would even have a punish for low roundhouse. I would say Kemi and Faye Ultra 2 were probably 2 of the worst in the game. The same normal sequence. I guess he's prioritizing the pushback. Or maybe he's an easier link. Stand jab into low roundhouse is 1 frame, I think. I don't know about stand jab into stand roundhouse. I don't think I've ever seen a player use that link in my life. Balrog far stand jab is like +8. It's insane. Balrog crouch jab is actually +3 on block, and it's a 3-frame normal. Which means that even if you don't chain them, and they chain, even if you don't chain them, you can make a true block string out of them. It's like hard to picture a... Nice charging! It's hard to picture a jab better than Balrog's crouch jab. Elena's is the only one that comes close, and it's about as good. They both have pretty similar range. I would say that Elena's might be a little bit better because she's got better conversions from it. But in a vacuum, they're pretty similar. They're 3-frame jabs that go half screen. Jury Ultra 2 useless. No. Not at all. I saw a good number of juries pick both Ultras. Viper Ultra 2 was pretty useless. Viper Ultra 2 was another Ultra where Ultra 1 did everything. Viper Ultra 1 actually did more damage than Ultra 2, I think. In addition to having more setups. And also working in the same setups. Jury Ultra 1 doesn't have burst damage at all. Having burst damage is nice. Just a fact. If someone uses an early Ultra at like 60%, you can bypass them ever getting 2 Ultras in that round if you have good burst damage. Jury's resets in VT, in Ultra 1 were good though. Ultra 2 Rufus in Super was very common. It was like the preferred Ultra back then. because it had a fuck ton of invincibility. It had like 80 frames of invincibility.
0かな ?20 ですね。
After they nerfed the invincibility to be like 10 frames or something, people kind of stopped picking it. Technically speaking, it has very few setups. It only combos from like far stam roundhouse, which is a free juggle state, and it doesn't even get like a proper connect in that. Like the opponent kind of doesn't take the full damage. It's like a good OS tool. It's a good fireball punish, and Rufus is actually surprisingly not that good against fireballs. Technically speaking, none of Rufus's offensive options are that good against fireballs. This is a Japanese arcade. I had that combo in the Rufus Ultra, in my Ultra Double video. I made it up. It's mine. That would have hit if Dudley blocked on the ground too. He was trying to get the hell out of the way because he was dead to any chip. Yeah, Ultra 1's combo potential is insane, but Ultra 2 gives Rufus a good fireball answer. But generally, sacrificing Ultra 1 is too much, because Rufus Ultra is oftentimes the only thing he has to juggle. Versus Ultra 1 was okay. I guess I would say it's underrated, but I don't know. Neither of Rose's Ultras are that amazing. But Ultra 2 is, I feel like it's generally a lot better. Although there's situations for both of them. Ultra 1 Rose had nice damage. Unfortunately, like, the main conversions were shitty. You could get it with an anti-air and you could get it with a focus attack, but that's true for almost every Ultra. And then apart from that, your main combo route was like EX Soul Spark F80C. So enjoy losing 3 bars. Gen Ultra 2 was pretty good. Gen has a lot of replays of him using Gen Ultra 2. He really liked the one that does the high stun and the lots of white damage. He used it for like all of AE 2012, I think. Oh, Dunna invited me. Alright, I guess I'm gonna go from watching this game to playing it. Please hold. Oh yeah, I heard the noise. I don't want the fucking overlay.
Ultra Street Fighter 4!
Yeah, again, can cross up with the Ultra 2 dive kick. The Ultra 2 dive kick is mostly a meme. What is this? Tournament? What is this? Why this fucking bizarre... I'm gonna send you an invite. I don't need to fuck around with no bizarre lobby. I'm just gonna make a tiny lobby. Whoa, I didn't turn on edition select. Go back. Is it loud? Did I make it loud? I made tiny. You join me. Is it actually loud? I can't tell. Donut's never played this game? I'm scared. Oh, it's when it was still... Okay, yeah. My bad. Alright, who am I playing? Psych! I'm playing Sakura. I hope he picks an Omega character. I'm gonna run Ultra 2 for this whole BAF Cup, just so I don't drop anything important. Wow. It's not a best of anything, that's not even a setting in Omega. I mean, in Street Fighter 4.
North America, skyscraper under construction.
Omega Claw. All I know is that he changes once his claw is off, like Street Fighter 5.
Are you ready? Fight!
I wonder how good he is or isn't. at this game. I guess we can find out
And for all.
by seeing how he responds to a focus attack. It's really not that bad of an idea anyway.
Where did that
It should have been a fireball at first. Okay. Whoa, that's ran off.
smell a comeback? Will this damage work?
No way I can.
I'm almost ready to call this one. K.O.
Pew.
Will the tide of
I made a
battle
tiny
turn?
lobby on purpose.
Fight!
But I don't think anything. I could have back fierced that jump maybe. I haven't seen him do anything that's like unique to.
There's a devastating attack coming up, no doubt about it. Pressure on.
I think that flash is expecting.
This
damn it.
fighter is in the zone.
No way I can.
K.O.
Sound too loud. Okay. I just kind of turned it up.
Not gonna win.
Whoa. I accidentally minimized it. I didn't do my dive kick even one time. I didn't do like almost anything. I did a back fierce. Alright, sound has been adjusted. How's it now?
South America. Cosmic elevation. Destination confirmed.
Serranos is indeed Vega's best hope
Are you ready?
against a focus attack.
Fight!
This feels like input
How
lag.
long will this go on?
It actually feels like
This is
input lag.
what
What the
we've
fuck?
been waiting for. The ultimate battle for supremacy has begun.
It feels laggy and shitty. Here I go. Let me jump. Shameless jumps. What the fuck? Is that a TC? He held it. Weird thing to do there. Oh.
See that coming.
Go on, go on.
That lady is about to
Well, I could have killed him.
We are never gonna forget this event.
Walking back.
K.O.
Did that really link? Looked like it did.
Let's keep it up. Fight!
What's that close strong? I hope that's good.
What's next?
Oops. Shit, my meter. That really linked. Vega's a special character.
About to see something big. Is this it? Is it the end?
Check this out. Damn. Alright, check this out. Damn. Oh, that's not really up on him. Okay. It's been a while. Let me warm up. Sakura's neutral isn't that different.
Sakura wins.
She can't EX Tatsu on block anymore. That connection. Otherwise, I would be spamming it.
The world's fiercest fighters await. Will you be the last warrior standing?
Technically speaking, Sakura has 4 supers.
South America. Cosmic elevation.
That check this out, I was doing anti-cancel stance short into 3 punches on the hope that you would poke right then. It was literally like zero risk, 0% chance of success.
And with that, the fight is a victory.
YOLO. Yeah, that just works.
Where
It's
did
kind of
that
dank.
come from? Gotta hurt. What a effective attack!
Oh shit.
Nowhere to hide.
Look,
Where did that come from?
people saying I'm not doing fucking Omega stuff. Look, I did an Omega combo.
Pick up the pace. Fight! The scales have tipped.
Oh. Here I come.
It doesn't get any more intense than this.
Probably had a punish there. But I sure didn't get it. He's really good. My back fear got counter hit. Oh fuck, it's not a combo. Gotta go DP there. Like that.
Turn it all around. This rider is in the zone.
I can't believe that didn't cross off actually.
About to see
Caught me off guard.
something big.
Help, make it stop. Pew, pew.
Moves like that every day, folks. Sakura wins.
Make his anti-air suck. Either keep a down charge and do backflips. I don't even know if that's good in Omega. Or meet me midair with air throw and jump strong. They might have buffed Vegas anti-airs in Omega mode, I don't know.
World's most extreme fighting tournament. Who will walk away victorious? East Asia overpass. Destination confirmed.
If they buffed Sakura to top tier and then nerfed her to literally exactly how she is now, there would be like 5 times as many Sakura players, I think. I think Sakura's main problem is she's never had a time in the line.
How long will this go
He really held it.
Fight is a blood rush.
Pretty greedy of me.
I hope you're ready. It ain't over till it's over. Ouch! No one could walk away from KO!
Anti-air backflip
And
works.
the battle continues.
It's just not invincible.
Fight!
Vega needs to have down charge, which is annoying. He has to do it kind of early, which is also annoying. Whoa. Here I come. Try to back face it, but I don't know. Any number of problems there.
We can expect fire.
Oh. I didn't want that. I wanted to be X-Tatsu. I guess I overrolled a lot. Oh.
Turn it all around.
Guess I did a lot of overrolling. It was on block. Zero. Never seen that. Whoa. That punish was a little bit bad. That was cool. That looks like it was 2 bars. If I had proper punishes there, it would be over. What a bad response. Was that a failed... What the fuck was that? EX roll was not a thing from that range, and he didn't have bar anyway. An Ultra would have been okay there, if he did it. He was pretty close to the wall. An Ultra would have killed me. That didn't feel very laggy.
The curtain is raised on the world's most extreme fighting tournament.
I think Sakura, like, I guess because she's a new DLC character, but I think she's like, she feels the closest to Ryu, including Ryu in Street Fighter V. Even Akuma
Old Temple.
doesn't feel as much like Ryu as Sakura feels. I feel like she could easily be the Ryu of the game if people treated her like it.
Let's get started.
She could easily be the fucking 16 point whatever % of all online players.
This, where did that come from? I hope you're ready. What a effective attack!
Damn it. He didn't clutch block.
It ain't over till it's over.
I probably didn't burn bar, I could have DP'd. Yeah, Sakura doesn't do well against literally the 3 top
Pick
tiers.
up the pace. Fight!
I don't know about Monot. I can see it being bad. No, I just think it is bad. But I don't think it's like anything about Sakura. It's more about Monot.
This fighter is in the zone. This could turn it all around.
Check this out. And he didn't do anything. Back here sucks. Whoa. Pressure sucks too. about fucks 80% of the roster, but I do think Menat is probably number one. Flip, I use light when I anti-air, but you need to do it early, like really early. Don't do it late. Light juggles into heavy in an anti-air context. In fact, I think it just juggles into heavy in general. No, it juggles into EX in general. I think it only anti-air connect will juggle into heavy.
North America, drive it at night. Fight locale, chosen.
They should all anti-air.
It's the battle of the century. Fight!
The problem is medium and heavy have to resolve an initial hit first. Or 2 hit. Whoa! That was a bit awkward. Oh. Okay, cancel that. 2!
Incredible! I can't believe it!
Delete.
I smell a comeback. Will this get out of work? No one could have seen that coming. KO! Let's keep it up.
Colleen got nerfed in 3.5, so. My big fireball. Very menacing, but doesn't actually do anything.
There's the first hit.
Oh. I swear it rolled back my F80C there. I don't know, I didn't have that much time to do it. Interesting jump.
No way I can.
Turn it all around.
Got me.
There's a devastating attack coming up. No doubt about it. Is this it? Is it the end? KO! Sakura wins!
Shut up. He had the lag switch. It's on and off really good. I wouldn't say really good, but like sometimes I can barely feel it, and sometimes it's kind of bad, like match altering.
South Asia, exciting street team. Fists will fly at this location. It's the battle of the century. Fight! And there's the first
This is
hit.
good practice for tonight, though.
The fight is underway. We should
Ah. Stand first is okay. Low key, Vega's best poke is probably stand forward, which is like the least used poke. It's the top secret Vega poke. Oh. What the fuck? I could have punished that much harder. Ah. Catchphrase is my friend. Oh no! I should have died. Could have canceled it. Huh. That range is pretty good.
Let's keep it up.
8 sounds right, but I could be wrong. Vega's actual best poke is probably stay in roundhouse, followed by row strong.
This is it.
The stand forward is very slept on.
Anything can happen now.
Row strong is the most useful in general, though. Wow, look at that. EX is probably not what you want to use.
Turn it all around. This fighter is in the zone. This is going to end in violence.
Street Fighter 5 players don't block their toes. Oh yeah, one more. Signature. Map signature.
It all comes down to this. Fight! Incredible! I can't believe it!
Damn.
No one could walk away from that. I've never seen
Why does that keep dropping? By that I mean, why do I keep dropping that?
Now's your chance. KO! Sakura wins!
There was some very awkward link Vega had off of staying short. It's like +5, isn't it? It's like his 1 +5 normal. So you could do far stand short into far stand right house at certain ranges. There was like some weird thing with like far short, low strong, but like you didn't have down charge. You didn't have anything to do from low strong in that context. There was like one thing you could do, but I don't remember what it was. That jump was really awkward. That was like way early. Wow. Too bad.
It doesn't get any more intense than this.
Nice. I wonder if that was unblockable. I need more stand strong back fierce consistency.
Pick up the pace. Fight!
That was a really dumb. Oh, that was a good time to pull out that thing that I just said to pull out. Oh. Help. Wow.
Is it the end?
Comedy bears.
There is tangible.
Whoa.
Either one can take the round now. KO!
Talking.
Sakura wins.
It was like a curse for Vega to get a 4-frame low strong, because they had to design every link he had around it. If it was a 5-frame low strong, they could have made crutch jab +5. And then Vega would have had light normals. Would have been nice.
East Asia, deserted temple. Fight locale chosen.
I would have taken that nerf for that buff.
It's the battle
Vega's
of the
entire
century.
character turned upside down.
First hit, decisive kick.
Oh, they got me out of far strong. That was my own damn fault. And crutch jab, crutch fierce there. It's my best, most reliable, responsive. Wanted the whiff punish that I could cancel.
No way I can.
KO!
I'm only gonna.
What will happen now? Fight!
Crutch fierce is too far away, I guess. It looked like I timed it right.
This battle is
Didn't do anything though.
strongest once and for all.
There we go. There's a bait. There we go. Close round. Walking needs a little bit of work.
Gambit works.
Whoa! That actually beat me? I must have missed time. He blocked by the whole time. Shit. Alright, there goes all my meter. And there goes a lot of his, thankfully.
This match decides the winner. Fight! Underway.
A little too far.
No way I can.
All bets are off. What happened now?
Whoa. Can that work?
No way I can.
I might need a heavy one in order to do the EX. Follow up. Sounds right.
Sakura wins. Perfect.
I was about to say, what if Cody's V-Skill was like charge a Zonk for the first use and then use the Zonk for the second use? And then I remembered that story.
Will you be the last?
Stock use. Is there any character like that? V-Skill to stock, V-Skill to use, V-Skill to stock, V-Skill to use. That would be kind of cool if it was just like a really quick stock. and you could like kill your combos prematurely to stock it. You could end in like a V-skill cancel to stock it. That's almost like Alex, I guess, but not in a good way. This man's trying to figure out how focus works. No trade combo for me. Shit, could be a lot worse. He's copying me. Trying to figure out how it works for me. Vegas focus is okay. It's not. It's like for his range of all his other attacks, you think of the range would be better. That was very premature of me. Look at all that health I just lost. He needs a low block. I know that he's like a Street Fighter 4 player who never ever low blocks. Look at all the free pressure I get. He's afraid of my light Tatsu. Oh. Hey. I did that prematurely, you could have blocked that. Phase focus is genuinely the best, and it's not even just because of the range. Although the range is nice. It's because he also has an extremely good backdash and an extremely fast forward dash. Dashes matter a lot when it comes to focus decks. And phase 2 dashes are two of the best dashes in the game. Rose focus is horrible, but her backdash is good and her forward dash is okay. But Rose focus has some of the least focus range in the game. I forget who the worst is. Probably Balrog. But Rose is close. Yeah, one of Gen's forms, I think Crane, has ridiculous focus range. I don't know what my max damage is there. I gotta lab that before tonight. It would have been really nice to... Okay.
Pick up the pace. Fight. How long will this go on?
Didn't low block ever. Literally for any reason, this he does not low block. He low blocked on only the lows of that combo. Ooh, that was a good reaction. That looks reaction doable. Looking pretty good this round. Hope it doesn't all go away. See, this is looking pretty bad. That's safe if you block it. But he can duck under it to make it whiff. Practicing that combo. I could have landed an ultra there. But I wanted to be nice and consistent with that. Makoto's focus. Makoto has the fastest forward dash in the game, and also probably the furthest. In addition to that, her focus has decent range. Makoto's up there as one of the best focusers. It also charges slightly fast. I remember that. Focus attacks have variable charge time by about. It's like by like 3 or 4 frames.
Training stage. Fists will fly at this location. Let's get started. Fight!
So technically speaking, hers resolves a little quickly. I should be losing the neutral here, to be honest. Especially because my anti-air against Vega is kind of hard. Check this out. Here's a reset. Oh, never mind. Wow. He's gonna jump any second now. Or that. Abel is also tied, or like very close to. I think he's 1 frame slower than Makoto. The forward dashes. He never releases. There are times where he could. Whoa! I didn't even dash because I thought I was gonna whiff.
No way I can.
Look at this beefy combo I won't get. There's a duck.
Sakura wins! Perfect!
No, that's like, yeah, you picked the wrong character. There's a lot of cool characters in 4, just pick a different one if you want an ATR to wake up.
It's survival of the fittest on a global scale. Who among the challengers will make it to the top? Africa. Solar
Vegas reversal options are so bad that kick is actually like okay on him. He's that desperate that that's a good tool. Oh, when you make a hard read, he released it. Not immediately. Could have done it. I don't know why I did what I did. Whoa. Whoa. Too far. Could have gone straight though. Could have been a lot worse. Where's the ultra? He's not doing it. He broke charge that time. Get the fireball when he's got charge.
It doesn't get any more intense than this.
Bar stand short. That was like almost, it almost didn't hit. The pushback on that was so high. Whoa. Interesting response. That just won clean. Oh, I missed my link. Oh, how do you play Ken? Oh my god, no true block stream. Not a combo. What was a combo? Okay. That might not hit in time. I got the input. I did FADC into quarter circle forward heavy kick, which is really shitty. It does like 40 damage for 2 bars. What I meant to do was quarter circle forward heavy punch, which would have been a nice heavy fireball, which would have then juggled into ultra. But to be honest, the fireball would have dizzied if the quarter circle forward kick dizzied. So I might have gotten a false positive there. How on earth did I win a bath cup with this character? It feels so foreign to me. I should play some Ryu.
The stage of battle is set.
Laura does kind of do a decent amount of what Abel did. Oh my god, that foot. Rare footage of Ken walking forward, but bro. I know. Staying jab. Snuck my way inside, infiltrated.
What will happen now? Fight! The scales have tipped. Results will determine who is the strongest once and for all.
Ah,
I smell a comeback. Will it
block. He doesn't block low. I don't even know if that's safe. That might be safe too, actually. That's only -3. Says it's only -3, and then immediately plays. So what's the close strong by? What does that mean? I'm jumping. Mid-air is more accurate. Hey. I want to land it, but I don't want it to have healing. Cosmic Heal is... You mean in Omega? I'm pretty sure that's -3. But if it's not -3 in Omega, that's almost kind of good. It might be -4, actually, isn't it? I feel like they made it -4.
Jurassic Era Research Facility. The stage of battle is set.
But you can space it, so whatever.
Are you ready? Fight!
Oh, I don't actually know how to do that either. So, I guess this is as good as mine. Look at that combo. Why'd I do that? What's the motivation behind that combo? Oh, I got him. Where I am. Goes forward. I keep on trying for that punish. It's not the right punish. That was so late. That's a good bar. Give me this man. Wait, where'd the rest of the combo go? Oh, where's that combo? Oh. There's bait. Maybe it's like a follow-up EX after you land that initial EX roll.
Will the tide of battle turn? Fight!
It could be plus at max range and ultra. Hard to say. I don't know why that's my response. Well, I do know why. Because I was just playing Soccer. It just comes out on its own. I can't help it.
Is it the end?
Very low health right now. Help. Ugh, the toe. That'd have been safe-ish. I think I still would have had a punish available. Would have been like low forward.
The last round. Fight!
Help. Oh, he's got different follow-ups. Did not get punished for it.
Supremacy has begun.
Hey. Damn, the timeout. Who's gonna say something very nice like that and then just get timed out? You're all very special to someone in the world, it's not just me, and then get timed out? That's brutal.
It's survival of the fittest on a global scale.
Top 10 anime betrayals.
Challengers will make it to the top. Europe, blast first.
Alright, I can literally win this matchup entirely by chucking fireballs. I don't even need Nelly Tool. I need Crouch Fierce. I guarantee that I can win with only Crouch Fierce and Fireball. I'm confident based on the way he plays. Alright, I have those too. So he does. Well, that wasn't that. Well, no, that was still a Crouch Fierce and a Fireball, wasn't it? That's my punch combo. Cool, it still goes through. Oh, that's not fair. Alright, kinda good. I can't win anymore. Take it back. Alright, let me try using other tools. Like the X Fireball. Forward. Wow. I got far forward. Doesn't happen very often. Probably next missile charge on his part. Unfortunate. But I do like Tatsu. What was I thinking? I don't know how to play. No, there's no line. And by that I mean you can't even join. I missed my initial button. But it honestly wouldn't have been great anyway. What kind of bizarre shit did we just see there? He's got a super freeze on removing the mask. Got hit out of Crush Fierce. Look at me. Jump at me. Look, I'm wiggling. Sweep me. Sweep me, I'm wiggling. Look, I'm just standing there. Shit. I didn't want to cross him up. He had time to walk out. Ah, I should have done EX Fireball. I'm glad that reached. It looked awfully close. That was a fucking mess. It's a miracle I won. That was an ugly ass match. He got me into the corner with his masturbating. I watched him masturbate.
The craziest and wildest fighters have assembled from around the world to join in the fight. But only one will be declared the best. South Asia, Morning Mist Bay. Your destiny will be determined here. Are you ready? Fight! And there's the first hit.
That's so far. He could win off just that.
Like we've all been waiting for.
Look at my... What the... I should, like, hit him a little more. Oh, I didn't hit. Oh, shit. Missed it. My Crutch Fierce got beat. I hate that. I can't help it. I can't help it. Crutch Fierce. Whoa. Jump at me. Jump at me. Jump at me. Here's a fireball. Jump at me. Here's another one. Alright, now jump at me. Tatsu would have been good there. Medium Tatsu. My view punishes are a mess. He didn't hear me. Dude, that's not that good. Oh shit. That car throw was choice. I'm kind of tempted to charge a level 3 in his face. Let's see what he would do. The answer was nothing. Vega can hold down back for a very long time and then just hit 3 kicks if the focus is almost released. And he doesn't even need to break charge to do that. So you can then whiff punish the whiff focus with low strong into EX Flying Barcelona. Does ball break focus? Yes. But I wouldn't do ball in response to focus, to be honest. Stamina is like the best general thing. It's like 4 frame startup and 2 hits. So it's like way better.
Who will emerge a champion? Fight!
Coaching the motion, I think, on accident. Oh! No. That didn't reach. That's disgusting. I don't need that in my life.
Where did that come from?
I thought that was it.
Will the tide of battle turn? Fight!
Oh, ball doesn't break armor, huh?
How long will this go on?
Oh.
Determine who is the strongest. There's no stopping this fighter.
That jump just got a choice. I started with low short that time and he was holding straight back, which is why it worked.
Ryu wins.
Every reversal except reversal fireballs will break armor. I wouldn't call Vega weak to focus, but a lot of his individual tools are weak to focus,
Warrior standing.
which is one of the reasons he was kind of bottom tiering, you
South
know.
Asia. Exciting switch team. Fight locale chosen. It's the battle of the century. Fight! Hadouken! 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 Hadouken!
If your fireball's the way. Oh shit. It would have been the way there too. That's so fast.
Will walk away at
Two dashes. I don't know why that's my punish. Should it be? Stand short. I mean stand forward. That worked. That's so risky. Stand forward still. How did I know? How actually did I know? He had like no good mix-up there. Oh well, he had a good mix-up, but I wasn't expecting it.
Let's keep it up. Fight! And there's the first hit.
Light Tatsu's like the thing that Ryu never uses in this game, and I just used it.
Who is the strongest? And for all this, what an attack!
Like Spike. Nice.
Where did that come from?
That's not good on Vega. But I didn't think you would do the flip. But like you can't do that on Vega because you can do the flip. Technically speaking, meaty crouch jab cancel to DP is like the correct way to kill Vega for chip out. Because crouch jab cannot be... He can't wake up into crouch jab. Crouch strong would also work, any button.
The craziest and wildest fighters have assembled from around the world to join in the fight. But only one.
And you empty cancel it. You do like low strong into DP and just cancel it. And if he backflips, then the DP won't come out because the low strong won't hit. And then you can just punish the backflip. But if he does block, then the DP chips out. It's an option select for anti-Vega. You can do both flips as reversals. Wow. That was a punish. So fast. I don't know why I did that. Just feeling good. I can't get that to work. That's a really unsafe attack. I like didn't cancel it at that time. Like I didn't even have a whiff punish. You. Jump at me. Jump at me. The fireball. He had charge. Up. Got stand jab to space him. Call that spacing, baby. I didn't mean it. I thought it would have worked. Cool. I'm doing such weird stuff with Ryu. I don't know why I've like narrowed him down to such a tiny part of his tool set. I'm strong with my good there. I didn't combo. I was so early in my animation. Whoa, I want to close forward. That's my house. Do it again. Oh, my meters. Doesn't have that much damage. I did it again. I had the option select. I didn't do it. Yeah, you can do... It's like a TC, I think. Stand short into Cosmic Heal. It looks like it's not bad. It looks like it gives you basically a very fast Cosmic Heal. I'm tempted to pick him. But I don't know enough. I could consult the document, which has a lot of notes about Vega. What do you think of this one, Vega? Beautiful, isn't she? Eh.
Are you ready?
Alright, check this out. Whoa. Someone else got beat. Oh, why'd I do it? What on earth was I thinking? Is that normal? I did it again. I always want to use the heavy version of that, but it doesn't fucking work. That was the light version. That was equally shitty. Oh, oops. I wouldn't take anyway. Just like go on combo to go for it. I need to spend a bar or anything. I just didn't know if Crutch Fierce into low forward into medium up kick would have worked. Stinger. Especially safe. Oh shit, what did I do? I didn't want that, I wanted the flip. Like that. Oh yeah, I'll go and kick out. That move is so cool, the Stinger. It's like my favorite. It's like my favorite special in all of Omega mode. I love moves like that. It's like fucking. They gave Kami a meterless EX Fukiage. What the fuck were they thinking? Why on earth would they give Kami a meterless EX Fukiage?
Who among the challengers will make it to the top? Africa, small airfield. The stage of battle is set.
My Kami links are shit.
The battle has begun. Fight! The first kick has been recorded.
Oh.
The fight is
Oh.
on. I smell a comeback.
Easy.
That didn't work. Delete.
Sets are up. Anything can happen now. I'm almost ready to call this one.
Oh. Crush Fierce works in this game, but maybe not against Vega. Crush Fierce is normally not an anti-air for Kami in Ultra. In Omega it's okay. But that angle, I don't know, it didn't work. Plus Fierce is good too. Unfortunately, it's not always available.
Where did that come from? I smell a comeback. Will this gambit work? I think we're on to something big. Where did that come from?
Here we go. No strong stand Fierce. Optimal damage. I got the jump!
This match decides the winner. Fight! I think we're about to stand the first hit. What's next?
Shit. Help. Help.
Easy.
That works on everyone. He's gonna sweep the back up. Look at me.
Sets are off. Anything.
Shit. No, it's only ST. We've talked about this before. Kami is literally immune from being bad. Kami's only been bad one time in the whole series. Is Light Spiral Arrow safe? It can be. I don't think it was there. It depends on how far she travels before it hits. It's like a slide. It literally, like, it works exactly like a slide in every way.
The world's fiercest
A
fighter
slide she can cancel into.
Will you be the last warrior standing? Africa, small airfield. Fists will fly at this location.
She can also juggle out of it if she gets a kind of far away connect, which is really
It's
neat.
the battle of the century. Fight!
Usually never hold in that context. I'm just a daring boy. Shit. I did it. Did the hard version. Damn. You really did me like that. That did nothing. I forgot how weak that was. Why'd they remove all the damage from Ultra 1? I mean, I know, but why'd they do it?
Pick up the pace.
Not a good trade. Staminouse might have been better there.
The fight has finally begun. Which one of these two will emerge on
Wasn't
top?
technically a bad trade. I play Cammy. Oh fuck. Not like that though. Let's do some EXDPs.
Absolutely! Hit now or never! See that coming. KO!
Papa.
Cammy wins! The world's fiercest fighters await. Will you be the last warrior?
Where's Slain Man in his Omega Hakan? I want to have
South America.
like
Cosmic
30 BAF cups
fight locale.
where Slain Man and Omega Hakan just wins. That's what I want.
Let's get started. Fight!
Slain Man Hakan probably would be a scary ass thing now.
This is it. The fight we've all been waiting for.
I just stop running around with this. Whoa,
The fear out there is tangible.
just focus. Ah, that's the worst feeling. Check it out. Oh shit. I'm trying to be cute, but I don't know the setups. Sigh. Whistle throw would be fine there. I'm always so surprised when it happens. Never ready to do anything.
Let's keep it up. Fight!
Anti-air Staminouse. Is that good? No.
Go on. You're ready.
Help. I want to blame it yourself, to be honest. I can't believe that reached. I didn't even cancel it because it looked so bad. That was a combo. I'm just hitting buttons.
This one.
Not looking good. Time to pull out the secret tech.
Fight!
Nice. Is that EX flip? It looked late. It looked late as fuck. Drill is best there. Observe. Oh shit. Medium drill. It's nothing about it really seems silly. A lot of it's just experimental stuff. The main reason it seems silly is because a lot of the stuff has kind of goofy animations, because most of the special moves are made out of recycled like taunts and stuff. They didn't really have like, I don't know, they didn't really have I guess a big budget or a lot of time or the right team to do a lot of new animations.
Europe, blast furnace, fight locale, chosen.
But a lot of it's like, you know, throwbacks to the older games.
The battle has begun.
Cody with his Final Fight Infinite, fucking Ken with Shibu, stuff like that. And a lot of it's really creative ideas, like Kenny Stinger. This thing. Oops. I think I had no Stinger combo there, because I had no meteor and no like max range. I had to cancel the crouch jab into light Stinger. Like that, but also not miss it. I don't even know if that works actually. I've seen a lot of people say X character got worse. But I don't know.
Pick up the pace. Fight!
The tier differential is not so different. A lot of people think that like every Omega character, oh shit, I missed my cancel, is like way better than every single, every single Ultra character, but it's really not true. Took the DP that on reaction. Vegas got a really fast jump. I exploited that when I played him. I did a baby combo there. The X-Fukiage launch still exists, I think. It just doesn't hit properly in a lot of contexts. Like you can't do it after Karakusa, I think. Same face into EX Fukiyage won't launch anymore. But I'm pretty sure I did an EX Fukiyage that launched. You might just need to do it off of certain normals. Or it won't work in certain contexts or stuff like that. But like even if even you phrase it like turn away, it's not like a take away thing. Because technically speaking, she never had it as of Omega. Omega, technically speaking, is a Ultra is a balanced patch of AE 2012, and Omega is a balanced patch of AE 2012. Omega is not a balanced patch of Ultra. None of the stuff that's in Ultra is in Omega. I shouldn't say none, some of it is, but most of it isn't.
How long will this go on? Incredible!
Stop. Help. Help. I don't even have road focus. Did they play Evil Ryu again? Alright, maybe I should throw a fireball. It worked. In the sense that I got it out. That looked pretty safe. That one looked very unsafe. That angle was completely wrong. That was a completely wrong angle. That comboed, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe it comboed. Yeah, comboed a trade. That was cool. Trade stand fierce with a light and then combo far forward. MLG, dude. Here I was thinking I was starting off kind of badly. Missed my thoughts to cancel. I'm Salko. What's wrong? Help. Alright, check this out. Guaranteed to work. Oh shit, that was supposed to be XDP. Save me, little fireball. I've never even seen the X version of that. Oh no. I should have died there. This is an awkward match. That was failed DP. Probably the worst fireball in existence, but it won. A DP was a bad idea there. But you know. But you know. But you know.
Who among the challengers will make it to the top?
Yeah, they messed with DP motions a lot.
Oceania, volcanic ridge. Destination confirmed. Who will emerge a champion? Fight! How long will this go on?
Where's my combos? There we go. That one. I'm farther away. They changed that. I'm like fairly certain. I wouldn't call myself positive. I'm pretty sure after a medium stomp. And I'm now further away from Vega. It's not a combo. I don't know why I did it. What's wrong? Stand strong is a combo. Oh. Look at that. You can get some nice conversions out of that. That angle. That would have been nice. That would have been a nice combo to hit. FADC combos are amazing for Evil Ryu and Omega because he can just hit any combo. And that's a nice thing. Forward there. That's what I want. That's what I went for. Huh? It took 2 bars. That was a good combo. was right. I wasn't even very sure of myself.
Wins.
Is there an edgier character in Street Fighter than Evil Ryu? Wait, Nash. Nash is like King Edgy. Nash is one of the edgiest characters in all video games that I
Will
played.
you be the last warrior
He's like down there with like American Box Art Kirby and fucking Dante. New Dante.
North America.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
The stage of battle is set. The battle has begun. Fight!
Vega's a little bit edgy. In general. That was a punish. Crush Face is not doing him any favors. Yeah.
Can't believe it! Incredible! I can't believe it!
I'm glad that dizzied because I dropped my combo. Jin is like quite edgy. But to be honest, Kazuya might be edgier.
Utter destruction! Will the tide of battle turn? Fight!
Here I go.
The fight is officially underway! Center off! Anything can happen now! No one can see that coming!
Nice. Look at all that power. I was gonna have ADC on block, but he was so far away that I could potentially whiff. I don't know how far Evil Ryu's DP goes. You can definitely have goofy and edgy. Shadow the Hedgehog is extremely edgy and extremely goofy. Shadow the Hedgehog is actually legitimately the most humorous character in the Sonic series, but it's like entirely on accident.
South America, inland jungle. Your destiny will be determined here. Violence. Are you ready? Fight! The scales have tipped.
Big isn't a character.
The fight is
I hit him midair.
one of these two will emerge on the top. It's gonna come back. Will it get important?
Try to play Evil Ryu. Spam stomps.
What will happen now? Fight! This fighter is in the zone.
Oh yeah.
Where did that come from?
Here I come. Vega is a ninja.
Evil Ryu wins.
He trained in ninjutsu.
The curtain is raised on the world's most extreme fighting tournament. Who will walk away?
I don't know how to play something in Omega.
South America, inland jungle. Destination confirmed. It's the battle of the century. Fight!
Check this out. There's an OS. 10.
And with that, the fight is officially underway.
Hell, that's what she stands strong.
One power.
Give me crush jabs. More crush jabs. More. No, I don't want. I want that as an empty cancel. Is that a cross off? I just suddenly realized I don't know if that crosses off. It looked like it didn't.
I smell a comeback.
No way.
Damn important.
Getting through. Nice.
Tap the combo.
I'll probably wake up and quit though. I was really late. Yeah, you could have EXDP'd. That would be the correct thing to do.
Let's keep it up. Fight!
I wonder if that's a real thing, that OS. There are people in this world who can't hit that link. Not one either. Just going to 4 strong. Pretty sure that works. Pretty sure that's a link. Yeah. Do that.
No way I can.
Card myself into range. Oh. Not a whole lot of width on that. I should have known that. Didn't think about it hard enough. I bet you guys are wondering how I even had that charge. The answer is I'm fast.
Chun-Li wins.
Chun-Li's supposed to be some kind of fucking Japanese phoenix. Chinese phoenix. No long tubes. I've kind of had enough. I'm like kind of done with Omega mode for the time being. I've exhausted the number of characters I can really play with any sort of talent already. Didn't take long.
Europe, blast furnace. The stage of battle is set. Who will emerge a champion? Fight!
Alright, check out this combo. NLG. I could've, that would've comboed. That hitbox, I take back everything I said bad about it.
Battle for supremacy has begun. Turn it all around.
Nice.
I smell a comeback.
Oops. Jab, jab, crush first, so I'm good. Like that. Oh, I dropped it. Okay. It's because she can use it to link Stand Fierce into Ultra 2 and get a full connect Ultra 2. And by full connect, I mean partial connect, because I think it's always partial connecting combos. But that's why it costs 2 bars, is because it's an Ultra setup. It's a pretty good one. It's kind of hard, though. That just raw beat my crush fierce. Delete. Okay, all according to Keikaku. I actually had a juggle there. No, I'm the one who didn't punish. No, I'm the one getting hit. What the fuck? I had a combo. Didn't do anything. GG.
Sakura wins.
Of all the characters I played so far in Omega, which is like 5, everyone except Akuma. No, everyone except Rose. I play Robo Akuma. Sakura is the most main-worthy, but that's not saying much.
Inland jungle.
I gotta keep exploring.
Fly at this location. The battle has begun. Fight! And with that, the fight is officially underway. This bout will determine who is the strongest once and for all.
That was tight. A tight fucking jump around.
No way I can.
Turn it all around.
One jab would have been nice there. One jab into back fierce would have been nice there. I do hope it opens.
It doesn't get any more intense than this.
How this works. I'm the best. I didn't need to. I could have used medium Tatu. I added some stuff to the document last night. I added the Sakura section to it. some other people were working too.
This is first hit. This scale has tipped.
What a bad anti-air. That was a bad anti-air. That was a punish. Looks like he was not ready for it.
I've never seen a combo that intense.
I hate that I don't know what to do there. I thought it was on the other side of him. I went for EX Tatsu. I just did it. I confirmed. 100% pure guess.
Sakura wins.
Sakura is 0 there after a block like Tatsu. I don't like Ultra Sakura very much. Not very much at all. Her movement feels really jank. Really awful. There's too much pressure to get in. Not enough payoff. I think Sakura is okay in Ultra. I think she's probably like a top half character. I don't know if I'd call her. Her frame traps are quite legitimately terrifying.
Are you ready?
And she has a decently high ceiling because of the links. So what do I do there? Stupid. There's one jab too many. Whoa. Is that really safe? I did like reversal jab and it didn't come out. I never thought about it. Like level 1 focus attacks could be safe. But they could be. Just be cute. That'd be very cute. It's not, it's the mix-up payoff that's lacking on Sakura. Her mix-up is so pure, and by that I mean there's nothing to it. I've been continuously disappointed by that. Damn, I had a feeling it would work and then it didn't work. I got him. Oh, that was me. Oops, I didn't want that. Got him. If you mash kick on that special on block, it turns into an interruptible overhead. I figured he would have never ever seen it in his life. And I was right. And I also mash punch to get a bunch of tokens, which is also okay. I kind of want to stay awake until Death Cup ends, but also I kind of want to take a nap.
Who will emerge a champion? Fight!
Looks like no juggle there. Delete.
No one could see that coming. I smell a comeback.
That could have worked. It's punishable. It's like plus, but the last hit is duckable.
What will happen now? Fight! How long will this go on? The fight has finally begun.
If I can stay close range, I can anti-air with snake tears. From afar, my anti-airs are shittier. Getting your hand. Pure guesswork. Whoa. It starts with a low. Oops, I didn't know that. Good information for the Babco.
Sakura wins!
I think this one's my last one.
Fighters have assembled from around the world
And then I want to go back to
join
watching.
the fight. But only one will be declared. South Asia, Morning Mist Bay. Fight locale chosen. Are you ready? Fight!
Just wait. Oh, never mind, it hit him. Lit. Pretty funny.
You're ready. I've never seen a combo that intense. No one could have seen that coming.
Easy.
No one could walk away from that.
Ow.
Oh! What will happen now? Fight!
Oh fuck, this was the empty cancel. I don't my meter. Really grabbed there, and it worked. Oh, that does work on soccer. I thought it didn't. Delete. Delete everything. What do I do? One cut jab. Be ready for that during the BAF cup. That's probably unsafe. In fact, I know for a fact it's -8. This interface is better than it looks. Euro.
I've never seen a combo that intense. Oh!
Good games, good games. I'm gonna take a piss. Oops, I closed. Hold on a sec. While I take a piss, please enjoy this. Please enjoy this lovely YouTube footage.
手堅く受け貸し
Be right back.
最後はしっかり出たラッパーがまず先鋒戦を捨てず
Ultra Street Fighter 4! It's survival of the fittest on a global scale! Who among the challengers will make it to the top?
でですね、プリコットが16人までですので、券をお持ちの方はお早めに
East
ご
Asia,
使用いただければなと、試合の合間ですが、
fight locale chosen. Are you ready?
さあ見ていきましょう。さあ、開幕ゾーン取る、集団アソール、
The fight is finally over. Which one of these two will emerge on top?
さあ、波動はダックに向けて、攻防を高めていく。
I smell a comeback. Will it be a flash?
怪しい横目が EX の厚みで回避してセリ解放からさあダブルアップさあ立ち上がりシリーズだったりいいですね
Pick up the pace.
いい選択です
And there's the top. What's next? The fight is
Here I am.
Which one of these two will emerge on top?
Oh shit. My headphones have a frayed cable. I gotta get some electrical tape on this bitch. This looks bad. It's like very frayed. I think it got crushed under something. Sad. I probably have electrical tape downstairs. I probably need to go out and buy some from my work because I work at a place that sells electrical tape. I could do that today. That could be my little chore today. Hold the back up, buy electrical tape. What's going on here? This is a very precious pair of headphones to me, but it's slowly breaking. My brother got it for me on my, like, 23rd or something birthday. 22nd. I like streamed. I had the most ghetto stream setup before I had this headset.
これはゲージを
I literally had like a desk mic and it was like a tiny desk mic and I used to hold it in my mouth because it wasn't loud enough if it was just sitting on my desk.
たまるな
So I would like talk around it while it was like in my mouth. It's a pentatonic? I don't remember what it's called. It's like a nice little headset. It's comfy. The red? Level 2 red, you don't see that very often. Technically speaking, red focus has a higher success. Oh, that was punishable. Higher success rate than regular focus. And technically speaking, you still need to represent the same mix-up to make red focus work. Nice reaction.
体育セビに勝利を取っていった優殺意の勝利。これで大将戦ですね。
It's probably not even that expensive. It might be like 50, but it's probably not more than 50.
Ultra Street Fighter 4. It's survival of the
Plantronic. That was it.
Who among the challengers will make it to the top?
And yeah.
Average, small airfield. Fists will fly. It's the battle of the
These guys have lasted me a long time. My brother basically like got me into. I mean, he didn't get me into streaming, but he made it like. I should have made that purchase myself a long time ago. There's a certain point. I'm like this a lot. Other people are probably like this a little bit. I like situate myself with something bad. Okay, like my policy technically is buy something cheap, and if it breaks, if you use it a lot, then you eventually realize it's like I need to go a little bit more expensive, you know? Or like something like that. Do it the bare minimum way, and if you realize that that's a big part of your lifestyle, then start doing it the less bare minimum way. But I kind of just sit on the bare minimum way and don't like upgrade. If you know what I mean. A guy like me should have a decent headset, but I didn't have one until my brother got me one. My brother's like the most amazing gift giver, and I hate it. Because he'll like look at you for like 3 months before your birthday or before Christmas or whatever. And he'll analyze things that are missing from your life. And then he'll give you one of those things. And it's insane. Remember that Henry Ford quote? If I asked people what they wanted, they would have given me faster. They would have asked for faster horses. Some bullshit like that. My brother's that. My brother's, I'm going to give you something you didn't even realize you needed. Right now I'm resting my feet on an ottoman that he got me, and I must say that having an ottoman in front of your desk chair is the best fucking thing. Desk chair plus ottoman is the ultimate combo. He came into my room and he would see me resting my feet on my tower. Like kind of half turned sideways. And then he's like, you know, an ottoman. He didn't even say it aloud, he just went and bought one. But to himself he was like, you know, an ottoman would be nice here. It's like infuriating because it's hard to get gifts for him. Daijoubu.
これがありましたらお待たせいたしました。次、こっちの3人のリーグですね。ルドフに記者にコヘタレバイソナカレーパンをこれが終わったらやろうと思いますので、よろしくお願いします。それが終わったら、ガングラカレーパンの弟とヘタレバイソナカレーパンですね。で、1位、2位を決めていただきます。
My brother is currently single.
リーグで1位、2位まで来て。
I could hook you up.
国システム出れば決まるかな。
My brother's like a very genuinely nice guy, but also he's like a little weird. He wrote the song that's in the second half of my. I wasn't sure what song to use. I didn't want to do like each individual character's theme in the Omega video, the re-one I just did today. So I was just like, how about this one? And it sounds pretty good. I tried a few songs, but I used the song that's technically my song, but I commissioned. My brother writes music. He's a very good musician, but there are a lot of people who are very good musicians, but my brother's a step above them. He's one of the best musicians I've ever seen that, like, you know, he does transposing and whatnot for a living now. Nice. Towards medium kick is a pretty safe approach, and he could have used Nani-X Tatsu. You don't really see towards medium kick into Nani-X Tatsu very often, but it works, and he just needed a chip there. My brother could like start a band by himself. He knows how to play every instrument a band plays. And also he knows enough about like electronic stuff
ああいう不意の連携から来る
to like, you know, get it all together. In fact, he's best at the electronic stuff.
あ、マリパンと
He's a
か
cool guy.
中断さあこれでピアル取り返していくか
Omega 8 on.
お互いやっぱこう高火力キャラ非常に強力みたいな一度ペースを
To be 100% honest, almost every character, level 2 focus into 4 dash is good. I'm 26, my brother is 28.
開始ラウンドは走り出すというのはまだ半分でしてますけど
I'm getting up there. 26 is pretty old. I remember when I was a fresh 19. Don't remember anything before that.
これはガードしてるさあ先鋒戦は走り出す
Yeah, Geef, all the slow dashers, Geef, T-Hawk, Dalsim. But even being +3, you wouldn't necessarily want to dash in because there are certain characters you just don't want to be near. Like Zangief. Level 2 focus into backdash is okay on Zangief. It's like, yeah, technically you can beat anything he does besides like a reversal. Imagine having a family of 30 people. I mean, to be honest, I say 26 is pretty old, but what I'm really thinking is, I still feel like a really, really old teenager. I'm gonna be like 90, and I'm gonna feel like a really, really old teenager. I'm never gonna stop feeling like a teenager in my whole life. You probably stop feeling like a teenager when you have a kid. That's probably the cutoff. I wonder if Grippy feels like a teenager. We should ask him. T-Hawk's that safe. I guess T-Hawk's forward dash is pretty fast.
ここは連携を中断してのコーナーゲーははー歩いて今の残るか
I did attacks one time.
ここはバックスで使って
I love that fucking hard machine gun blow. That's one of my favorite changes.
あーセビー
Which
に
is
は
just right next to them.
やーハーフ1ラウンド
Double theme is one of my favorite Third Strike themes, but I've never been super crazy about Third Strike music. There's a couple Third Strike songs that I go wild for. I really like the little ending music. Dee-dee-dee-dee, like that, and it's showing you the score and whatnot. And I love the intro music. And I love the character select theme. Those songs get me like really powerfully nostalgic. But all the rest of the songs in the game are just pretty good. Auro's theme is fine. Q's theme is pretty good. I kind of like Urian's theme. I like the other theme a lot. None of the other ones I have a strong opinion about. Ryu has definitely never seen a woman naked. I'm like sure of it. He's probably seen a bunch of men naked though, because his stage is like a fucking onsen or whatever. Ryu's the kind of guy who hangs out at onsens.
Ultra Street Fighter 4. It's survival of the
I used to play this matchup quite a lot.
will make it to the top.
I have a friend who used to play this game a lot, and he played these two characters.
It's the battle of the century. Fight!
He was one of those guys, the same kind of guy that Sephiroth claims to be, where they claim to have absolutely no neutral whatsoever, but also play a neutral-oriented character and have good neutral with them. It's like, oh, I have no footsies except when I play Rose. Sephiroth actually said something exactly like that just recently, but my friend used to say that. Oh, I have no footsies except when I play Chun-Li. Oh, I have no footsies except when I play fucking, I don't know, Poison. Might get hit out of it, depending on what he's doing. No, it was nothing. I thought it was a startup of a crouch medium kick, but it was actually just his down back. Akuma's and Ibuki's themes are both good. Alex's theme is pretty good. Alex and Ken.
あー
All of the songs in Third Strike are pretty good. None of them are bad. But like, there's no song I'm really crazy for, except out of nostalgia. Sincerely, I like the music in CVS2 more than I like the Third Strike music, and I don't even play CVS2. Nice. Back dash into Stamina House. He had something better there, but not much better. He could have drilled without a knockdown. Whoa. Elena's is actually one of my favorite ones, but a lot of people hate it. It's a missed opportunity they didn't go for a female Bison. They really could have done that. They had a good opportunity because Bison just died. They could still do it in Street Fighter 6 because Bison just died again.
がかかるジョーカーホークですが、前スペースの間を通して逆に画面に上げていく。
All the songs in Street Fighter 3 are very atmospheric.
ゴリゴリプレッシャーをかけてくるジョーカー。クレジとセンスでファントムソウル。
They should reveal that the full names of all those characters are Bison Vega, Vega Balrog, and Balrog Bison. I was about to say they could use female Bison and change the name and use that to solve the name issue, somewhat. And then I was like, no, they could just solve the name issue the same way they solved Charlie Nash. SF5 overall probably does have the best music in the series. It's fantastic. EX does have good music though. There are some Street Fighter 5 songs I just fucking love. I really like Sakura's theme. Almost every character I love. My favorites are Rashido and the second stage of the Brazil stage. Brazil theme 2. If you actually go and listen to... Oh, I love Colin's theme as well. Colin's theme is like not a fighting game music, but I adore it. I absolutely adore it. Are we gonna do some Baff Let's Listen? Are we gonna listen to Street Fighter 5 songs? Is this a Dan? Is this Dan and Dan's worst matchup? I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've ever seen that outfit. He's like a pumpkin. Jack-o'-lantern. It's wonderfully stupid. Dan's theme in this game is pretty great. Technically a good trade for Zangief in general, and especially given this stage in the match. Oh my god. He got it. It works. This is Ultra. I'd be hard pressed to find any sort of YouTube footage of Omega. Yeah, that kind of drum. Very goofy in general. The thing about dance to medium kick is it looks like it's a good poke, but it's only an okay poke. But it's like good enough in this matchup. Remember when you could counter poke Geef? Remember that was the thing? Remember when that was how you played the matchup? Now Geef can counter poke you. Granted, he's not very strong when he's doing it. I should have been Ultra. Well, I want to hear a joke. It's not even really changed to Zangief, it's changed to poke. Zangief still has very Zangief-ish pokes in 5.
に赤セビ関係でいくところ関係していくところ
Not a very good joke in my humble opinion.
バンク逆で返す難易度トーク触るぞ
I think this is legitimately bottom one for Dan.
バックしてですかチェシャネコザンギスポーセンセス
Imagine being a Dan main. Oh, this is a much better matchup. I think Honda actually is supposed to win this. I don't know. Zangief is a much better character than Honda, but I think Honda's fairly strong here. I'm fairly certain this might be a winning match for Honda.
The battle has begun.
あ出てくるなホン
Oof.
ダあれ
Sermanos is really good here.
ダブル
Hand's stuff is really good here. Honda's neutral in general is really good. Zangief has trouble approaching. Honda's surprisingly hard to approach, but usually he's the one who has to do approaching. Does that stay medium kick?
I'm almost ready to call this one.
That crouch jab is bad enough. Oh no.
ここで
Oh, I doubt that. No, he might be able to punish headbutts. I doubt it though. Oh, that's bad.
同点コパンコパンコパンコショでシャネコザンギ逆転
And the battle continues. Fight!
He could probably be going pretty wild with the headbutts if he wanted to. Headbutts are hard to counterpoke and they do decent chip damage. They're very minus though, but like most characters can't punish them. Random seeding is fine. I don't know if I'll ever care for Omega, because every single tournament's going to be standalone. You know what I mean? Like, it won't matter that much. It matters for the losers bracket, because people's skill will matter a lot for that. I guess, I don't know.
これはまだ残る
I feel like the results could change quite drastically depending on how much research everyone does on the new characters and how the characters all fight each other in each new game. I don't know if, I mean, I'm good at Street Fighter 4, and SF3's good at Street Fighter 4, but I don't know if, you know, I don't know if we're going to be consistently, like, doing super well when other people, like, you know, roll their mains or whatever. Or the characters they've been researching more.
あー後半の起こります
Alright, put me on the opposite half as separate. Red. Red focus is a pretty wild play against Honda, especially with that little health.
あー残していけない裏に
If he red focused hands, he would have died.
ダブラリ
Oh! Good ass read. Now Honda has no meter. Now there's a shitty. That was a punish to kill. What was the punish? It was Stereonos. He had Stereonos to kill.
いいところ
He has to wait for the Lariat to be over and Stereonos it. There we go.
最後はスキル狙っていたがまあいい回でした大慶で押し落として勝利
I'm pretty sure this is a pretty shit match for Honda.
さあ対象
Japanese Honda and Japanese Chun-Li are both quite prolific and quite good. These characters are basically unplayed in America. And across the entire lifespan of Street Fighter 5, there were like 2 Hondas and fucking 2 Chun-Lis, and that was it. I think a well-timed Lariat might beat non-EX headbutts. But EX headbutt should always beat Lariat
大慶で空対空
from close range.
スラム細かくダメージを取っていく
Kick Lariat has like no actual hit invincibility anywhere, I think. And Punch Lariat has like only a few frames of invincibility, only like 2.
ここに乗ったところ彼に炸裂追撃してる
Like Mike Ross, who was the best by far, and then there was like Jewel Man. Oh, I respect that. And then there was what's his face, Henry Sen. And I'm struggling to think of another Honda already. That's it. That's all I got.
What will happen now? Fight!
Chun-Li's considered like strong but fair in Japan, and Honda I think is considered lowish. but in America, neither of them had any. Well, Honda had decent success. Petered out pretty much in AE 2012. And Chun-Li's never had any significant success beyond Super. Mr. SNK, I remember that name. He was that guy who was on that team with Razor Latif in that one team tournament. He didn't win a single match, but his team still won the tournament because Razor Latif beat absolutely everyone. Yeah, this is definitely a matchup where Chun-Li flexes in normals, but this is looking really bad. That was so telegraphed, but Chun-Li actually had nothing to do there. Ultra would have worked, I guess. I don't know if I would call it respect. It's like, honestly, it's investment. Chun-Li, to a small extent, and Honda to a large extent. No one really wants to fuck around with those characters in America. People don't like them. Honda is very unpopular everywhere except Japan. And he's not even that popular in Japan. Sumo is just not very, like, enticing to the American.
Ultra Street Fighter 4.
People put Japanese skill on a pedestal so much. There is a slightly different style between USA and Japan in this game, but most of it's just a skill gap from experience.
Training stage. Destination. Let's get started. Fight.
Can you actually get yourself in confusion 5 times? How many times can you be confused? Is it really 5? I feel like I haven't been confused 5 times in a row forever. I think in Gen 7 they made it so you only hit yourself in confusion 1 out of 3 times instead of 1 out of 2. Which is pretty nice. You want to hear a dank meme? Marshadow with Swagger. That's a dank meme. Marshadow outspeeds you, it swaggers you, it gives you +2 attack, it makes you confused, you hit yourself in confusion. Then he uses his fucking, his unique move, which deals buffs. So he gets +2 attack and also does a fucking strong ass ghost move on you. Marshadow is one of the cutest Pokemon, prove me wrong.
And the battle continues. Fight!
Imagine being a damn player. So glad it's not me. I mean, I don't know what you mean by mix the cut. Abigail made his debut. I mean, technically speaking, he's a Final Fight character, but, you know. I'd rather have Abigail than Honda. Abigail's got a pretty fucking creative gameplay style, to be honest. The only beef anyone seems to have with Abigail was that he was briefly top tier. And that he's silly. / ugly. But his gameplay style is so cool. It's a little bit too, I don't know how to say it. He hits awfully hard. And kind of rarely. It's all or nothing. It's more all or nothing than I'm comfortable with. I'm tired of this, dude. People add Shotos and then fucking everyone's like, there's too many Shotos. And then they add characters like Minot and Abigail and people are like, fucking these aren't Street Fighter characters. I don't know what the fuck is not Street Fighter about Abigail. Like literally what? He's like got a bunch of tools that no other character has. But they're not weird tools. Chargeable stand fierce with armor isn't unique to him. The run isn't unique to him. Other characters have had runs with like run follow-ups. A command grab is extremely not unique to him. Even a command grab you can combo out of is not unique to him.
あー、かなり少ないで確率で刈り取っている。
Abigail has a playstyle that's unique enough that people can want to play it more than any other playstyle in the game, and that's like the thing that actually matters, I feel. I can't think of a single thing Abigail has that's not Street Fighter, being 100% legitimate. Abigail makes sacrifices, he armors all the time. He also has guesses that aren't in his favor. Every single run mix-up is technically mathematically bad for Abigail. But Abigail has like enough health to kind of even it out a bit. I respect that. Nash is peak Street Fighter.
Ultra Street Fighter 4.
I don't know, if you're talking about lower ranks Abigail, he can't do a lot of the cool stuff. Lower ranks Abigail doesn't have chargeback fierce combos. I'm not afraid of an Abigail that doesn't use BT1 well. You can like kind of hold up to beat a lower rank Abigail.
The battle has begun. Fight!
And holding up is something that scrubs are really good at. I feel like the King Raz Klart has a point though. They definitely should consider lower ranks when balancing, because that's where most of the players are. I don't think online Abigail's the worst to fight against. I don't know actually. I don't know who the characters I really dread are. I don't know if I dread any character. I really hate Mika. Apart from that, I don't mind any of the characters in the game. Actually, I guess I don't like online Laura, but not even because I don't like Laura, because I do kind of like Laura. I just don't like reacting to stuff fast online, and Laura has a lot of that. You gotta react to the overhead kind of quickly. You gotta react to dashes kind of quickly. Ken has that a little bit as well. Any character where you need like impulse stuff. I don't like fighting online. Oh yeah, slap him. It was shitty, I don't know if it was unwinnable. Abigail suffers too in lag. That's the thing. Abigail already needs like really, really clean anti-airs. His anti-airs are kind of bad. Crouch Fierce requires you to react very, very quickly. You can easily get counter hit out of it if you don't hit it early enough. Stand jab like often trades if you hit it late, or just loses outright. Towards Fierce needs to be done insanely early. Even a little bit of lag just destroys Abigail's ability to anti-air. He needs to be kind of on point with anti-airs. His anti-airs are pretty good as a 3.5 with the Crouch Fierce buff. What was that 3.0? They used to be like the worst in the game, but now they're above average. But they still require you to be really fast. I think a decent number of characters are okay against Abigail now. All the defensive characters. I guess you can say a lot of no one plays them that much. Dash Cap will be Omega for a while. Permissible characters this week are Chun-Li, Sakura, and... No Chun-Li. Sakura, Rose, and Cammy. Sakura, Rose, Cammy. And the losers bracket characters are those three plus Ryuken and Akuma.
いや足でも
I'm gonna come in swinging with Sakura because I don't think that many people are gonna be playing her. I think it's gonna be mostly Cammys with some Roses.
ダブルアップは
That overhead reset's pretty dirty, and you get a full combo out of it. It's kind of annoying to punish too. Annoying to punish this Rolling in general. I played a character who could punish him pretty well. Like EX rolls -5 and it's like half screen. It's kind of annoying to punish that.
さあというような妄想で取り返していくガングロロレント
It all comes down to this. Fight! Your hit has been recorded. This is not to determine who will once and for all.
I don't like it.
わあいいエクセブ
There were a lot of little things that made AE ungood. EX Dash Punch was like very cheap. That was a big one. A lot of people hated that attack.
さあ続いてカレーパンのお父さんですね
It was +1 on block. It was full screen. It had a good hitbox. So it was Yun's turn as soon as Yun had like a 3-frame normal. Yun's turn as soon as he landed it. And on hit, you could juggle Ultra 1. Yun had a lot of weird stuff that was kind of like good because it didn't really function properly. Like after a focus crumple, if he did backdash instead of forward dash and then did a palm, the palm would hit really like deep. And then he would have like weird plus frames after the palm, like the opponent would fall into the palm hitbox. The palm was just really good in general because it had a hitbox that lasted there for a really long time. So you could do meaty palm and then Yun could like block reversals. But like, if the opponent woke up blocking, they would block the palm and it would do a lot of chip and Yun would be very plus. Stuff like that. But if the opponent fell into a palm after a focus attack, then he could do like light shoulder and then a dash punch from there, and he would end up getting like 350 damage for a fucking Mido's focus combo from like a level 2 focus. Stuff like that.
これはあ
The main thing about Omega's DP motion is not actually the motion. It's just forward, down, forward. It's mostly the timing. If you do a DP motion in like 10 frames in Street Fighter 5, it'll come out as a DP. But if you do a 10-frame DP motion in Street Fighter 4 Omega, it's like has less leniency. So you need to do your DP motions faster. Oh, I remember shoulder cross-ups. Yun had a lot of little broken things. It's like they just completely wanted him to be a top tier and it was just super obvious. They gave him everything they knew to give people. They did a fairly good job of balancing him, all things considered. Most people agree he was still like top-ish tier by Ultra. He got nerfed in AE 2012 and he was like probably top. He was probably still top 15, but he didn't see a whole lot of play back then. And then he got buffed again in Ultra. And then he was like probably top 5. Like most people agree top 5. Some people said top 3. I would probably agree with top 3. It's hard to say. After like Ivory and Elena, the balance was... It was tight-ish. Even Ivory and Elena were only barely above like... I don't know about barely. But it was kind of hard to call a balance in 4, even with how ridiculously like played it was. Like Yun was sitting there near top 3 anyway, but so was Seth. So was fucking, I don't know. Who were the really? I didn't see the roster. Poison was probably somewhere not too far from there. I think Rufus had a pretty strong life up there. Zangief might have been top 10. Zangief had a lot of success in Ultra after that fucking red focus buff. Nothing red focus into existence.
ああ、大将大佐ですね。ですね、岩井さん。
Balrog's a really strange character because he's probably been mid-tier since like AE. But he's had like a ridiculous amount of tournament success even despite that, despite the fact that he's just probably just a probable mid-tier. He has kind of good matchups against other top tiers. Oh, Kemi. I think Kemi was probably top 5. I don't know, it's hard to say. She was up there. She was not too far away. I personally would put Ken somewhere up there. I think Ibuki was probably top 10, but I don't know where exactly. Ibuki never had like a really strong player. Sako was one of the strongest, but like no one unlocked Ibuki. Akuma was probably up there too. There were a lot of characters that were very good but just weren't very played. Akuma was one of them. Akuma was played a lot among like beginners, but among tournament players he was one of the most like, you know, ignored. Ryu wasn't exactly bad either. He was mostly slept on because of evil Ryu. But like all the shadows were really strong in Ultra. Ryu was probably the weakest one. We're counting exactly 4. Anyway, Balrog's this weird thing where he was like probably top 5 in vanilla, and he was like maybe top 5 in super, and then he was balanced as of like AE. He's like good but like okay. He's not like really strong or anything. He's gotten like just like small enough buffs to continue hanging every single balance patch. And he's gotten some kind of nerfs that kind of jank and affect his gameplay. Like the not being able to combo out of light overhead dash punches. But like because so many people played Balrog in vanilla and super, he had like a strong enough user base by the time he got balanced that people just kept on playing him. And he did well. There were like a decent number of high placing tournament Balrogs.
Ultra Street Fighter 4! Training stage.
And Bison was one of those characters too. He was like strong for 2 games and then got balanced, and then he was like eternal mid-tier. And Bison dropped off more though, but there were still like a decent number of M Bisons. I like when stuff like that happens. Sagat was like that. Sagat from like super onward was a pretty fair character. Sagat was like top 1 in vanilla, and then he was like strong but good. I mean strong but like not broken in every game after vanilla. And there were like a good number of Sagats for the entire lifespan of the game. I feel like having a character have like a little bit of time in the light gives people so much like faith in them.
What will happen now? Fight!
I say that, but that's not happening in Street Fighter 5. Case in point Chun-Li, case in point Nash. They had their time in the light and they dropped off the fucking map. I still see Nash's here and there. Ironically, I think Chun-Li's a lot better than Nash. And Chun-Li's a lot rarer in my experience. But neither of those characters is being played almost at all by tournament players, even though, you know, well, I don't know if they're balanced per se. I don't think they're the worst characters in the game, but they both got hit kind of hard. like what they did with Colleen. Ooh, look at that. I think Colleen is still good, and Colleen certainly has a lot more players than she used to after the buff and nerf. Same with Abigail. They both got their time in the light, and they both got a lot of players for it.
Evil Ryu wins.
Dang it, the sub.
Ultra Street Fighter 4. The craziest and wildest fighters of the
If a character has a playstyle that stands on its own, then the character having their time in the light will generate a lot of players for them. Maybe. Maybe the character needs to be unique and interesting too. Because Abigail and Colleen are extremely unique and interesting. I like Chun-Li in Street Fighter 5. But she's like pretty low on the list of characters I'd main. She's like 6th or 7th. She's down. She's neat. When I see like good Chun-Li play, it makes me wish that I was a good Chun-Li player. But then I play Chun-Li and I'm just like, oh no, never mind. When I watch MOV play, I'm just like, oh, I want this to be me. So badly. It's so cool seeing a good Chun-Li. Least likely character to main. Let me think about that. It might be Fong. I can't get a feel for Fong for shit. I've tried to play him a few times and every time it's worse.
Pick up the pace. Fight. First hit.
I don't think Chun-Li's boring to play, but I feel very lost. You have to punish EX headbutt now. That's his invincible reversal. It recovers very close. I think Evil Ryu can do like I don't know, I think he can do low forward. It's kind of awkward for a lot of characters to punish EX headbutt though. It's a very strange move. Honda players hated that change. EX headbutt used to be one of the safest reversals in the whole game, and it was very much a signature of Honda. That Honda just had a good ass safe reversal. Only a few characters could punish it. It used to be the EX headbutt had the same recovery as regular headbutt. So like, you know, if you weren't Kami's Drill or fucking Fei Long's Rekka, it was a safe reversal.
Ultra Street Fighter 4.
And then they made it so it was a lot more punishable. And Honda players cried. I think they gave it some buff, or they gave Honda some other buffs to justify it, but it was like maybe still worse. Honda's heyday was in Super. Honda's like bottom 10 now. It's weird though because Honda has a lot of matchups where he's actually kind of strong. Like I would say Honda's pretty good here. Honda's like an extreme character, so he has a lot of extreme matchups. He has a lot of matchups where he gets bullied and a lot of matchups where he bullies. Nice. It was minus at that range, but it wasn't punishable. But punishing it with a command grab. Very close punishing. That makes it. Honda could do 2 crouch jabs, right? Is that a 1-frame link, I think? I'm pretty sure low short is a 1-frame link into itself, but it's thinkable. And then low short to low jab is a 2-frame link, I think. Honda's links are extremely jank, and he doesn't even have like a good reason for his links to be jank. There's no like logic. With Blanca, it's like they don't want his... They need to make it so he couldn't link into Ultra 1, or that it would be a 1-frame link to link into Ultra 1, because it would be really strong if he could just link into Ultra like nothing. But Blanca's Ultra 1 is like a 4-frame Ultra, so they need to make everything like -4. I mean +4 or no more. Which means that all Blanca's links are like 1 or 2 frame, which is annoying. Talk has no Rekkas. But Honda, there's like no reason his links should be as jank as they are. He's just very combo unfriendly.
さあスパイアで前で駒投げ裏落ちから9対9はジャンプ大盤流しにかって攻めていくガン攻め
Zoning is kind of strong. She's supposed to be a counter pressure character.
ああこれはここは外でケア
T-Hawk wins.
さあこれは
Falk is supposed to be I do low risk things to stop your approach. I anti-air you. I cancel into stuff to push you out.
3月なしですのでこれが本日最後の
She's the same archetype as Street Fighter 4 Vega. For example,
Ultra
Street Fighter 4 Chun-Li.
4.
Street Fighter 4 Chun-Li is like half counter pressure, half pure zoning.
Will you be the last warrior standing?
The pure zoning characters in Street Fighter 5 are like Nash. Some Nat. Whoa! EX2. Some Chun-Li. I always click on EX2.
はい、全国800万人のストリートファイトファンの皆様こんばんは。今日は、通常の大会ですけどね、平日大会。
Garda, we don't see this guy very often.
解説に
He's quite good.
よろしくお願いします。
Zangief is the
いや
only
なんか
character with a
有川さんの
360,
新
but
作
there's a
発
bunch
表
of
されま
characters
した
with
ね。
command grabs.
あれパッと見どっちに近いんですか EX
And Zangief's isn't particularly special compared to any other command grabs. It's literally exactly the same shit.
じゃあ
5 frames, decent range, fucking the powers work the same
あ
way.
そうですか、ありがとうございます。まあ有川の格ゲーね、アーケードで出るかどうかわかんないですけど、まあ、一応プレステ4ってことだったんですけどね、まあ似たようなもんだということで、おっといきなり信号信号じゃないチキンだ、チキン一本選手、この
Kind of start guard break.
強い。
Gonna bring that other bar? Nope.
このガルダとサガトは
All
キ
the
ャラ
stages in
ラン
this
的
game
に
are
どう
lit
な
as
んですか？
fuck. This is an extremely lit stage, and I won't have you tell me
ガ
otherwise.
ルダも十分戦えるキャラ、十分戦
Horse
え
is
る。
running
じゃあ
in
こう
the
いう意味では
background.
結構面白い勝負になりそうですね。さあ飛び込んで、
That was trying to bait
対応
a
していくか
like
投げだ
or an anti-air DP
つべや。
or an anti-air anything, I guess.
さあジャック
Did
10
not
と
bite.
つないで乱舞。
Still didn't burn another bar. Other grapplers have 5 frame command grabs. I'm pretty sure Laura's at 5 frame.
ああそうなんだ。
Alex is
離
at
れた状
6.
態で飛ばして落とす
Mika's
が
I
成
think
功す
are
ると。
5.
いやチキンすげえよ。 優勝候補。お見
Birdies
事。
are
じゃあ綺麗な立ち
5? I don't know
回
if
り
birdies are 5 or
と
6.
クラさんお願いします。そっち終わった？エンテ終わっエンテ勝利？じゃあ鳴沢優衣くんとウナムくん、じゃあ奥で試合の方お願い。あペンがないぞ。ペンがないぞ。ハッチョペンあるそっち。チキンとねエンテが勝った。じゃあ始めて。誰対誰だ？
And Bison's
綺
actually
麗
one of my
な
favorite characters
立ち
in this
回り
game.
対クラさんですね。
I like Ken too.
クラさんベガ。
Oh yeah, the Reef Palette Ken.
おお、当
That hard
時
DP.
EX2 プラスガチ勢ということでね。なんか
A strong
印
link
象
to
的
level
には
forward, I
2
think,
から
with Ken.
2プラスすぐ出た感じでしたけどね。そうですね。
I feel like it does.
I like
Same with
that.
Bison actually. It's a common link.
ケン対ベガとなっております。
Oh my god, the
相
super
変わらず
cancel
綺
on the
麗な
recovery of
ね
DP.
もうなんかぶっ放してるようにしか見えないんですけど、なんか考えてるんですよね、きっと
Oh
ね。
my god, this Ken's a nut. These RDPs are
まあ出
insane.
しとくまではいかないけれども、まあ割と使いやすい技になってるか。打ちっぱなし OK とまでは言わないがかなり強い。綱を投げて
Did
綺
you
麗
jump
な
throw
立
him?
ち回り。
Did you jump throw?
綺麗
Those are
な
one
立ち回
button
り
in
一本
this
選
game.
手。
Strategy style.
めくれてなんだあいつはと。
Round start, hard DP. I love this man. Does he have the combo? Yes. You can charge it for longer than that,
最
I
高
feel.
ボールならぬ。
He doesn't want to fuck around with the cancel
ど
on
う使ってい
recovery.
くか。
Alright,
さあ
how
ま
many
ずは
bars?
書類連覇からの
Two.
デビュー権。
I think you can actually land into another super there.
さすがにガードやっぱだっすね。
Punish this, please. Excel punish, that's pretty good.
いただきます。しっかり勝った。
Or together.
ネタですね。
Oh, for a setup.
なるほどかっこいい。さあ一本取り返す。
That was cool.
あれ多分正面かもしれないですね今の。
ああなるほど。ガードが結構分かりづらい。
めくりにいるんですけど。
Kara.
かもしれない。
Cars are
見
really
た目
easy in
的
this
には
game,
めくってん
but
だけど
car
ってい
throw
う
is
話
usually not
です。
possible.
ああなるほど。それ
But
が
like most moves cancel like in every frame. If a move is cancelable, it's like cancelable in every frame
結構
of its
3D
animation.
っぽいというか。
そうなんですよ。
The cancel break.
おガーフ
You
から
can Excel to beat that.
大勝利投げ返してい
You
く
can also just jump out of it for a lot of them.
さあ投げからコンボ取られ
But
ていく
it's weird because he gets a combo out of throw with
あ
Excel.
ミスった
He gets a combo out of throw in general.
さあ新竜拳
Wake up super, what the
綺麗
fuck?
な人ありますね
Ken's not.
Yes.
The Ken roll. Look at that.
あガードしたさあここでゲージを吐き出さましたさあこの体力差うわ裏
Oh, didn't have charge.
さあここからよガードして
He punished it midair because he didn't want to fuck around with the
まあ
super
前に
cancel
も
on the
18僕
landing.
言ってましたけどなるべくあのね
Ken does a
空
DP
中
on
で
block, it's a
潰してくれと
50-50.
言ってましたけれどもね
If you punish him
危ない
on the
危ないよ
ground.
危ないですね
ここから逆
It's
転あ
a
るのがクラスの
50-50 that
ベガ
sucks for Ken, but you
よ
know.
し
あうまい
安いですねいやあでもまだいけるまだいける
Vega doesn't want to take it. Bison. Oh, this kills. This guy
ある
actually
は
kills.
い中
That combo drop was so shit.
あーこれ削られちゃう
Oh my god. He anti-air jabbed because he didn't want to take the 50-50.
綺麗な立ち回り勝利
It wasn't even a 50-50 because Ken super would
いろいろあ
kill
りましたね今
by chip. So he had to like beat him. But like a better normal than fucking jab would have killed
はい
Ken
じゃ
there.
あ手前台
That was such a
R1
wacky round.
対極みさんじゃあ奥の台カミングスーン対先にじゃあコンさんとアイランド君
はい
じゃあお願いしますコンさん
That fucking guard crush combo he dropped.
なんか
I like
ちょ
Nana
っと
Say a
こ
lot.
のゲーム綺麗な立ち回りさんの剣を
Nana
見て
Say's one of my
俺
favorite
も
characters
始
in
めよう
this
かな
game.
と
I'd
思っ
probably
て
play her if I played this game.
じゃあねまあとりあえず竜使おうかなと思って
She's got a
あ
stick.
れできないですよね
Walk and throw.
でも結構
Walk from like half screen.
この竜さ
Whoa.
弱くないですよね
弱くはないです
ね
弱くはない
波動拳のさ隙とか
Nana
意外
Say's like
と
a
少な
weird
くて
Pokemon
さ
character.
割といい感じだなーなんて思ったんですけど
She's got Rekkas. She's got
た
Rekka
だやっぱ
pokes.
飛ばして落とすがちょっとジャンプの軌道が変だから難しいよね一つとちょっと違うからね
There's the Rekka
さあそ
pokes.
んな極みまずは体力リード
They have more range the higher
Yeah,
version
but
button you pick.
変ですね
やっ
But
ぱ
they're
剣
also
ですか
slower.
ね
The heavy ones won't
し
even
っか
come
り
with
エクセルコン
themselves.
ボ
さすがですね
That was cool. That was like a whiff Excel combo.
中大波動拳
He like
飛び込みと
went from hitting almost to
極み
whiff
一本
light
選手
almost. I haven't seen an Excel like that in a
やっ
long
ぱり
time.
剣だなあれ見てるとやりたくなるよね夢があるやったら全然ダメなんでしょうけど
Yeah, Tekken's had two
まあ
dinosaurs.
この試合このキャラどうしたってやっぱり
She
ど
kinda
うして
doesn't
七
need
瀬が強いっていうのは
そうですね
散々今までの大会見ていただいて分かると思うんですけれどもまあなるべく鳥かごにはめたいところあるしあ
Guard
ー
break.
だから
You can react to those
この
fucking
精度が
Excel.
高い
Excel just punishes guard break.
ハードゲン飛んだところに中和シャドウしかし11
あの
のキック
タッチキックが非常に強いです
タッチキック
あれがもうビームって言われてますから
ビーム
通称ビームです
通称ビーム七瀬のタッチ中キックとなっておりますあーやっちゃった
Big punish.
エクセルから
He went for the
入らないですね
入らないです
same
ね
combo and he dropped it and then he picked it up
ハ
and
ン
then
ド
he
バッ
dropped
ク
it
が手前
again.
に来ちゃいます
あなるほどなるほど
Nice.
おーメン
Smart.
飛び道
You
具
can
を
kill
抜けて後
with
光
this.
着中
There's an awkward
中足
combo.
返すあるしさあ波動拳さあ竜どこまで粘れるかあー足払い一戦
Nanase has a command grab
極み
that she
お見
can't
事
combo out of Yun style.
じゃあどうだコンさんとアイランド君手前で奥が浅い立ち回りとウニカ君じゃあ奥です
ごいですね奥剣対剣ですね
同キャラ浅い立ち回りって名前がいいですねついにダランと
はい
スカロマニアでしたっけ
そうですね
出てたんですよ
Love
ね
this fucker.
そうなんですよ
モーションとか必殺技同じ感じなんで
あじゃあ本当に
Got a
あ
very
れだね
interesting
レイヤ
gameplay
ー
style.
よりもどっちかというとやっぱ
Into
り
bridge.
EX 寄りの
近いと思い
It's
ま
a
す
regular throw animation, I think. Actually, that might be a command grab.
まあ仮想ストリートファイター4いや
That's
5
it,
そ
Mega.
ういったあるかの新作なのかもしれませんよね
アイランドさんも最近結構がっつり対戦してるん
ね
で
りやっと
もしかしたら
Anti-air
もし
grab.
かしたらまあアイランドさん X とかも結構戦えますからね疎通は俺に
That little jump attack, I think, is like
しか
Alex's,
し今日はザ
like half
ゲーム
circle
です
back kick or whatever.
さあ飛びが通ってね
He doesn't use it that much except
ダブ
to
ラリ
just
返
whiff
して
to
お
go
攻め
for
ありますよ
表だっ
I feel
た
like certain knockdowns.
裏ガードした
He's also got like
あ
a
りますよ
slappy
あ
hand.
りますよ
あーいやー光るあいいですね
いいです
You
ね
can
あ
like
とび
swing
か
his
り
arm at you.
このゲームやっぱあと
Hits
びかり
twice.
重要ですね
Cancel either hit.
あと一発入ったら単位勝ちますよ
さあどうなる
That-
ガードして
The light one might only be one hit, or you might have to activate the second hit with a split button.
うまい
Something like that.
あの足払いのモーションかっこいいよな
I think it's the light one is
コン
only
さん
one hit.
一本選手
And what's kind of funny is the two hits aren't a true block string, so you can super cancel the first hit into his 720.
さあ
It's
アイラン
very
ドさん
stupid.
の
パンチ投げ
パンチ投げアイアンクロー出たアイアンクロー投げさあ足払いあ
So if you block the hand, then he's technically got like a 50-50 to command grab you.
さあ
But Excel will punish it always, because Excel is immune to the throw and also like immune to the last hit. It's just invincible.
飛び防止ですあれ
飛び防止ってこと
しゃがみ中盤スクリューとしゃがみ
So
中
if
盤
you got one bar, you can get
あ
massive
ーなる
amount
ほど
of damage
ね
and
そういう
also
こと
dodge
か
the Excel.
さあ駒投げが入る まだ体力リードしてるぞアイランド。ゲージはお互い3つ
Good
溜
as
ま
that
ってる。
loud.
飛び返したいですね。
さあどうす
God, I
る？
left it really high, didn't I? I wish people would say shit like that fucking sooner.
飛ばし落として足払い。これで1-1。
今のはスクリュー
Street Fighter 4 video was that loud too.
プロレスラーらしい戦いになっているのか。
ダランガは3ゲージ溜まってるんで、これコンボ入るとやばいっすね。
ああなるほど。脂肪があるぞということでね。気をつけたいところ。さあ起き上がり、大足ガード下がエクセル光るが。ここはガード。
Nice. The pushback on Excel is extremely high. Most characters can't counteract it, but I guess that move has enough forward motion.
なんとかコズミックが入れば。
コズミック当てたい。あエアエクセル光った。
Oh, very cool. He's got a ninja bridge here.
出ますね。
He got it.
マッスルスパークのプレリュード。
That was hard to do.
ありますよ。
あるよあるよ。ゲージありますからね。アイランドさん。
He got the super hard juggle and then he missed the very easy ender.
あーここは
It could have been an air throw there.
最後の最後
It could have been
逆転あるのか。
ありますよ。
could have been the anti-air grab. He got greedy trying to build meter, but he didn't even need the meter.
勝ったのはこの
He probably did that to help time it.
いやいや面白いですね。じゃあ周平君のサガット対エンテイ君の剣お願いします。
Best sailor. Probably Mars.
周平君の、この間ねガロードヘイスペシャル世界大会タックキングはベスト16まで進んでおりましたけれどもね。
Venus is just fine. All of the sailor scouts are
浅い立
perfect.
ち回り
I wouldn't change any
で
of them.
奥の台はチキン
Usagi's pretty good, to be honest.
セロデさんですね。いいのかセロデ
She might be the best one.
セロさんです。
セロさんね。はい。
当時の全域エリアです。
おお当時勢今日はセロデさん参戦ありがとうございます。まあまあ
He had like a combo there.
これワンピー側が
He could have gone to like, you know, Tatsu or something.
セロティさんね。
Nice.
で、エンテイ君の件ですね。
エンテイさんと
周平君ですね。
はい。
まあエンテイ言うてもありか
Tiger
やり込んでますからね。
そうですね。
This is EX2 plus.
どっしりしてすごい強いですね。
なるほど
The only EX worth a shit.
ここは周平君には負けられないというところでしょうか。さあ飛び込んで。おおうまい。あでも入んないんだな。
There's Pokemon leaks?
一応投げ
I
返
didn't
す。
see him.
さあゲージが
I know they just revealed that little fucker.
ワンチャン全然あります。
The little
さあ
little electric line guy who's the last Pokemon.
ガードしていくのは
I haven't. If there's been Switch leaks, then I don't know what the fuck they are.
そういうキャラ特性もあるんですね。
あ、惜しい。
あ大足。さあじりじりと画面端
Wake me when we have the new starters.
おここで光った
I will make a critical analysis on which one is the best one.
タイガーショット。まだゲージはあるぞ。
I'm an expert on which starter is the best starter,
まだ生きてる。あ
and it's definitely not just my opinion.
やっぱり大勝利。
結局大勝利。エンテおうまい。
Two yellow remakes? What the fuck?
さあ小足刻んで。飛びたくなっちゃう
I can see them remaking yellow.
さあ飛んだところ
I can't see them doing it twice.
ガードしていく周平君のガロスペの大会のね、活躍ご覧いただいた方多かったかと思うんですけれどもね。さあエンテ
Oh, so you get to pick the Eevee starter. I would pick Eevee every time. I think everyone would. Fuck Pikachu.
さあ中盤飛んできたところここはね
Eevee can actually turn into a bunch of different things. If you pick the Pikachu, it probably doesn't even evolve.
ゲージが溜まっているのは周平。さあここからあるのか。近寄って投げ
Eevee can turn into a shit ton of different things.
レイドを当てていく。
Eevee's like fucking everyone's favorite Pokemon.
さあじりじり距離を詰める。
Alright, I've got a theory. If you ask someone their top 5 favorite Pokemon, invariably, one of them will be an Eevee evolution.
あー
That's my theory.
高かったのはエンテイ。
Nice combo.
今なガードがめくりだと思ったのかな。飛びが素直に飛んじゃいましたね。
多分リバサ昇竜。
狙ったんですかね。じゃあ下行きます。ラビットさん対
Well, I lost my ball. You probably can't even breed the Pikachu you start with. Will it get Volt Tackle?
ラビットさんが使うのは、
はいドクトリンダーク
ダーク聖子ちゃんですね。嘘だろう聖子ちゃんがドクトリンダーク。ラビット2ピエ、そしてワンピーが綺麗な立ち回りの剣。先ほど綺麗な立ち回りの剣。
My favorite Eevee evolution
破って上がってきております。さあいきなりいった。
is probably...
いきなりもう
いきなり来ましたね
やばいですよ。もうめくりボム入っちゃいますよ。
めくりボム。あーっと。
That's a hard one.
このドクトリンダークはやっぱり設置系でね、
Espeon's a bit tempting, but I don't like it where Espeon's gone. I don't like the magic bounce component of it. Magic bounce is a good ass ability, but I don't like it. I guess it's Jolteon.
これでバイクですおおさすがガードしてるそこは本当に綺麗な立ち回り
I do like Jolteon.
しかし体力リード依然ドクトリンダークあ
これは確定あー
People are so shit at punishing.
ラビットダーク落ち着い
Just
てい
punish
る
with an Excel.
さあ飛び込んできたところ
Nice.
逆にエクセル
これは決ま
あー体力リードしたまま大キック一本選手ラビットおチキン勝っちゃったさすがやでチキン君はやっぱ他流試合が強いですねそれはすごいさあ引き寄せて連続技が待っている
I love this combo.
エクセルコンボあいやラビットさんやばい
I really like Doctrine Dart.
さあしかし剣の
I'd enjoy him in a modern Street Fighter. That combo dropped.
ワンチャンあるのが EX2 となってお
No,
り
it
ます
didn't.
この体力差あー当たっちゃった
This is over.
はい
He didn't even need that.
はいと
You gotta jump back, Roundhouse, Stamina Super.
じゃあ
The DP
ウ
Super.
ナムさんとババラムネ手前で
Easy and good damage. Pid Missile. Stand attack. Disgusting. Disgusting attacks. The only one I like is Thunderbolt. All the evolutions are in this awkward spot where they actually don't learn anything good.
ウナムさんとババラムネ手前
None of them learn coverage moves.
となる奥でお願いしますさあここは、ウナムシャロン対ババラムネエリアとなっております
Is there a Pokemon in all competitive that fell as far as oh what's the name of it? The ground psychic thing with levitate.
大会馬場さんがほとんど優勝してますね
なるほどね
The thing that evolves from Baltoy.
連勝中ということでねさあババラムネ今日もその強さ見せつけるのか優勝候補
I feel like it has an S in its name.
ウナムさんのシャロンババラムネ守りも強いやっぱりねプレイヤーなんですねもう切り崩す
Play it all. That doesn't have an S in it. When that Pokemon came out, it was like the top of OU.
あいいですね行かせて
And now it's like the bottom of PU. What the fuck happened?
何もしない
ここは様子を見るさあ、ウナム君もゲームめちゃめちゃうまいプレイヤーなんでね
It's because it was a Metamon.
期待できるのではないでしょうか
It was good because it was a perfect counter to Flygon, which was good.
ウナム
And now Flygon's not good anymore.
さあジャンプで逃げるあおうまいあー逆転かまだいく
It was good because it was a spinner when there weren't many spinners. But now it's a spinner that loses the ghost types, which is like the worst possible thing if you're a spinner. Because literally every ghost type wants to switch into a spinner. The good spinners are the ones who can beat ghost types one-on-one.
攻めで転じてくるババラムネさあシャロンの方のゲージも溜まってきたぞさあこの飛び道具を追いかけてのこの攻めおーっと後びかりここはやり返していくあしかし連続技あいやなかったさあここも後びかりしかしナイスガードババラムネ
Team preview heard it too, I guess. Being able to see that your opponent has a Claydol on the team. Taurus fell pretty fucking far. Taurus was like top 5, and now it's like amazingly bad. Taurus could not keep up with the power creep. They didn't even try. I ran a meme Taurus with like really good success in Gen 5. It was like a Scarf max attack Tauros with Outrage. It was like something like that. Tauros learns Outrage. And I used it. There was a lot of Scarf Flygon back then in Gen 5 UU. And Tauros actually outspeeds Flygon. And Tauros actually has a decent attack stat. So max attack, Outrage actually does an okay amount of damage for an unstabbed move that you're locked into. It was something like that. It was like a complete meme set. I really like Salamence. I ran a lot of meme Salamence sets too. I ran defensive Salamence for a long time and I had a lot of fun with it. Salamence has kind of alarming bulk. Unless your opponent has an ice move, Salamence can live through pretty much anything. And it actually has like, most people don't EV their Salamence to be like defensive. So it's kind of alarming just how fucking defensive it can be. It actually has like super good defensive stats. It's got good HP and good defenses. Drop the combo. Executor was like top 2 in Gen 1. And now it's like absolute shit bottom.
トウナさん
Meanwhile, Starmie was like top 3 in Gen 1.
カミングスーン選手
And now it's like,
トウナ選手で奥で
still
じゃあ
still
コ
high.
ンさんとヘッポコくんお願いし
Still
ます
like UU, I think. Maybe OU.
はーいじゃあ極みさんが勝利ですねじゃあヘッポコさんとコンさんが奥でお願いしますで手前
Claydol
が
didn't even like,
カミングスーン
nothing even happened to Claydol.
カミングスーン選手ベガそしてここでエクセラスとなっております
2人とも2プラゼです
Fuck Street Fighter 2.
2人とも2プラゼということでいい試合が来た
What the fuck is this? It's Rainbow. Fuck Rainbow.
ツービがカミングスーンベガ
I found EX2 Plus, that's all I
ベガ
want.
のカラーがダッシュストリートファイターダッシュみたいないわゆる
Fucking
マリオ
Russell
と
Command
ルイー
Grab.
ジのルイージカラーの
I wouldn't say Golem was great. Rhydon was pretty good. It wasn't, no, Rhydon and Golem both were shitty. They were just important to have. Because if you didn't have one, then fucking Tauros and Snorlax and Persian and shit. Normal types could just sweep your team. Hyper Beam destroyed you. Hyper Beam was such a stupid move in Gen 1 that you needed to have something that wouldn't die in one hit to Hyper Beam, just as a deterrent.
ベガが攻めるダブルにスライディング奥攻めここで体力リード
カミングスの
カミングスーン
トウナさん今自分の決め奥攻めがめくりに行きます
Gengar was good like every gen, I think. Gengar got hurt really badly by the special split. Gengar was fun before that. I think he could have held that longer.
大石のジャンケおジャンプキッ
ジャン
ク
プ大キックが強いですね
強いとりあえずジャンプ大キック放って当てて
Remember Gengar with fucking Thunderbolt and Ice Punch? That was the standard set. So Gengar used to never run a ghost move. Those were its fucking air quote stab moves. Thunderbolt and Ice Punch. Ice Punch. Ice Punch Gengar. You know my favorite Gengar set? It was the fucking best set ever. Oh, he got the combo. It was Thunderbolt, Ice Punch, Substitute, Focus Punch. Focus Punch off of fucking Gengar's like base 50 attack or whatever.
浅い立ち回り対18号選手の試合ですね
But Substitute's a pretty good move on Gengar in general because it eases prediction. Gengar forces a lot of switches. It can force a switch into something and then kill the thing and then have a sub up and then hit something else twice or stuff like that. Yeah, there are like no physical ghost mons, but ghost moves themselves are physical.
18号選手は今日はガルダじゃあコンさんよろしくお願いします
And the thing is, there were like two mons that could wall, two mons that were common in OU that could wall Gengar, and they were like Blissey and Tyranitar, and both of those wall fat fucks in their own right, especially against special attacks. They really hate taking a focus punch.
そうですね逆に防御力が低いとかそういう感じなんですかそういうわけでもない普通です普通なるほどねじゃあこれガルダは火力重視のキャラクターとなっている感じですかねおーっと疾風陣雷脚しっかり決めていく
He didn't cancel it. He just let it rock.
浅い立ち回りの微分さん
You get more meter build and less damage if you cancel it.
さあエクセル勝っていくまあ言うてもやり込んでますからねいろいろゲージの使いどころとかはね18号選手が1枚上手ならまあしょうがないと
Street Fighter's had blood in it since Street Fighter 2, dog. Maybe since Street Fighter 1, I don't know. I forget what Garrett is supposed to be. He might be an evil god or something. Or a vengeful spirit. He's got lore. Oh, no, he got it. I thought he dropped it for a sec. You can charge that super, but it's usually... Oh my goodness, I've never seen that ender. I didn't know he could convert from that.
ボコボコじゃないか浅い立ち回り勝ったのは18号お見事じゃあ手前台でエンテイ君とチキン君だなエンテイ君とチキン君手前で
He really gets a jump air fucking excel there.
奥がラビット君と
I think there's no blood at all in 5. There's blood for certain cinematic effects. like Vega's Ultra 1,
という間の残
Ultra 2.
でしたね。18号線ありがとうございます。
Vega has some move that has like a blood stylish effect,
セロピーさんがを破って
but generally there's no blood in 4.
対エンテイ君の剣。さあ、アリュージア
Hanger.
非常に強いこのチキン選手。メインゲーじゃなくてもやらせればうまいというような感じ。視聴者には伝わってるかなと思います。
No.
相手はエンテイ君。裏から
しっかりしてますね。
I like how Link's basically like Street Fighter 4 Links work almost exactly like they do in this game.
さあ、起き上がり。
うまい。これはめくり見えないぞ。あー、いいっすね。あー、素晴らしい。素晴らしい。そこからさらにもう一回めくりに行く。
あー、エクセル。ここはナイスカード。エンテ。さあ、
Fuck Chansey.
ジャンプは低いね。
そうなんですよ。ジャンプ低い上にジャ
I
ンプ
don't even really like using Chansey, but I certainly hate playing against it. It's a lot better now. Power creep has hurt Chansey. Chansey was maddening it before the physical special split though. Chansey Skarmory was so stupid. Skarmory could take every fucking physical attack in the game, and Chansey could take every special attack in the game, so you run 2 mons and you wall the whole fucking meta. There were only like a few mons that could really beat Skarmbliss.
うまいっすね。パンチ投げからのサガットは足が長いんですよ。なのでなかなか中足をさせづらいんですよね。これはうまい。しっかり一枠にしてから疾風陣内やって。
I don't know if I'd say EX feels like a middle ground. EX feels like a modern Street Fighter, but just looks like an old one.
うまい。あと一発。
Sagat can chain his low shorts, I think. Nice combo. I don't know if he needed to do that, but it was safe. Fucking destroyed the earth with that one.
じゃあ、極みさんとカミングスーンさんですね。手前台でお願いします。ミングスーン選手のベガは相当やばいですね。さっきの
そうですね。
Infernape beats Skarmbliss. Infernape has those nice special fire moves for Skarmory, and those nice physical fighting moves for Blissey.
さあ、極み対カミングスーンベガ、お願いします。
I love running a common ass mom with an uncommon ass set.
ワンピガ極み、ツーピガはカミングスーン。カミングスーン選手の色がいい。
I ran a rain team with Specs Rotom with Thunder.
実は黒部がいるんで。
And the thing about Rotom is that like back when I used to run it, it was like one of the most common mons. But like no one ever planned a team around like Rotom had like switch-ins. But people were unused to like Rotom actually has a mad good special attack stat. But Rotom users almost always run like defensive sets or like semi-defensive sets with like, you know, timid and like Volt Switch, which is only like 70 base power. And then you hit someone with a fucking 120 base power electric type attack, they're just like, what the fuck?
めくり最後ループですよ。
足元を当てていく感じ。
そうですね。
素晴らしい。
Specs Rotom Wash was a fucking, it was the tits.
あのエメラルドグリーンと悪魔が復活。
Specs, modest Specs Rotom Wash Hydro Pump in the Rain was just insane.
ジャンプをとにかく押し付けていく。投げ抜け。
You don't realize how strong Rotom is.
ゲージが溜まって
What the fuck, level 3?
バナスが当た
That
る。
was pretty desperate.
あーめくり。
That level 3, I think, is a
勝ったのはカミングスーン。
Raging Demon Motion.
エメラルドグリーンのベガは何かがあるのか。
All the Hitmons are trash.
ラビットさん。
I'm sorry you had to find out from me.
すごいね。じゃあ、コンさんと、あ、18号くん、じゃあ試合お願いします。手前台
The best one is Lee by a pretty generous margin, but they're all shitty.
じゃあ、ここから一連進行で。
And Lee is only even remotely good because Unburden is a good ability.
変更したら、ノジェ復帰してください。よろしくお願いします。さあ、優勝候補18号。今日はガルダ。追い詰めることができるか。
Aesthetics wise, I like Top the best.
コンさんのガランマイスター。先日のエボで、
Him on top's worst enemy is its move pool.
新作
It actually has like pretty good stats. All 3 of the Hitmons have a ridiculous amount of special defense. They all are like base 110 special defense, which a lot of people like, you know.
新作はこの EX2 プラスに
That's insane.
注目が集まっているところでございます。そんな2プラスで2人が激突。さあ、ダランが投げる。
They're like weirdly good special walls
投げていく。さあ、エクセル。
if you EB him like that.
ナイスカード。
I wouldn't call it a gimmick, it's just a late game on. And it's good as shit. Or it used to be. Probably not so good anymore. But the problem is, there's like no moves to run on them. They're all mono fighting. Like, what the fuck do you do? They know no dark moves. So, like, fucking Ghost Mons, which are common ass switch-ins to fighting types, they can't touch. Like, I don't remember if him on top can do shit to Gengar. I don't know if they have knockoff. They might have knockoff now, which would be a pretty fucking nice thing. Fighting type got too nerfed. You need to run too many coverage moves against fighting types. Alright, there we get to see it in its full form. That did an ass ton! Timeout, I want to see all that damage that did. That did one complete ass ton. I'm used to Garuda having pretty high damage. Did I go back too far? I think I went back a whole round, didn't I? Yeah, you don't fuck with Shuckle. There we go, that's where it started. I thought I went back a whole round, but I wasn't sure, so I kept stacking on. Look at Darren's HP. That was like an 80% combo for 3 bars. A lot of characters can just kill with 3 bars if they get the right connect. You can build a bar while doing a 3-bar combo for a lot of characters in this game. If it's like an Excel loop especially. So, Dalston, for example, has 4-bar Touch of Death combos, which are difficult but match practical. There's like a surprising number of characters with Touch of Deaths in this game. It's like probably like a quarter of the cast has a functional Touch of Death, but all of them are pretty hard. And most of them require, like all of them require 3 bars. And all of them require a really optimal connect. I don't think either of these characters can Touch of Death, but Sagat has that combo which does Metric cast on. Essentially an Imperial last ton. D-Dark, I don't think I've ever seen a really beefy combo. His damage doesn't seem that high. And he tends to spend his meters in ones. And if he does do a 2-bar combo, it's almost always Excel for the first bar and then Excel for the second bar.
そうですね。2とかに比べても弱体化してます。でもやっぱりめくりループがあるんで。まあ戦いしっかりテクニックでそこを抑える。そうですね。あ、しっかりエクセル入ってこれめくりループいきますね。めくりループいけるか。引いて、キックパンチ。これは分かりづらいぞ。
Yeah, that little walk will determine cross up or non cross up. And then he gets a combo out of it.
テクニックでその弱体化を十分制御できるというようなところでいい調整がなされているわけですね。うまい。引いて中盤からエクセル入れてこれはめくりに行きますね。おそらくめくりに行きますね。これ分かんないぞ。
Tricky.
どっちか分かんない。人類平等、人類平等っす。表だった。今しっかりめくりでガードしたんで。
Oh. He has to burn a bar to not eat that super. A bomb! Oh my god, JC, a bomb. A bomb. Why is that the greatest voice sample in history? A bomb. The way he says it is just so strange.
このチキンさんがこう2プラで読み合いができるのがすごいですね。そうですよね。2プラで読み合いをしっかり2プラでないのにやっていくと。さあ紐。パンチ酔っ払ってうまいな。投げ抜け。お、しっかりしてる。はい、確定です。
Good shit.
攪拌いただきましたチキン。体力リード。しかしゲージがありますからね。ダーク。おうめ。
This game has very pure Street Fighter footsies, and then it turns into really silly things when combos happen. I like that a lot. Oh. Good. Glad I could help. Warms my heart to read messages like that.
いやー強い、いやー強い。
I only hope that people enjoy watching them. Wow! Just fucking post this man's fucking heartfelt response like a pasta. Way to devalue it.
コンさん、コンさんにマイクお願いします。
Does Sagat have a good super sequence? I know his level 3 does kind of an ass ton of damage. But it looks like all of his supers require you to... I think if you cancel a fireball onto other supers, you lose hits to the other super. And if you cancel his genocide or his tiger raid, I think they both lose a lot of hits when canceled. It's like something like that.
ジャンプ攻撃がね、非常に強く見えましたね、ベガの方はね。かなり判定が優遇されているキャラなんです。なるほど、なるほど。じゃあ、ここはもうストリートファイター能力が試されますね。表裏、非常によく見てガードしていきたいところ。ガルダ、18号。でも結構18号っても慎重になってますね。普段対空が出ないってことほとんどないんですけど。なるほどね。はい。ジャンプをしちゃったりするんで。さあ、ダブルに当てていく。さあ、体力半分。
The way super cancels work in this game is so perfect. I would love a fucking modern Street Fighter game with approximately this system direction. I love the system direction in this game so much. Guess I just gotta buy Flex. Fexel. Yeah, that's pretty good, but where's the greetings from Germany? The latest GDQ didn't even have fucking Super Metroid. There was no animals. No saving, no killing. Neat. The O Super. Oh fuck. GG. This is death. Even without the super. He had no meter to end that. Garuda's like... His neutral's kind of jank. His Excel combos do so much fucking damage though. It feels like his specials weren't really intended to hit, like... you weren't really intended to do a whole, like, a bunch of them like that. But obviously you were. Chansey's Japanese name is Lucky. Fun fact. Lucky. The idea is you have to be pretty fucking lucky to catch a Chansey. It's one of the most elusive Pokemon. I got a Chansey. I think I was traded it in Gen 1 back, you know, when people were first playing it. I never got a Kenga. I like got all but I think 8 Mons. I got very nearly the whole Pokedex. But I never got Kenga, and there were a lot of easier Mons that I could have gotten, but I was putting off because I was trying to get Kenga and I just couldn't catch it. I could find them in the wild anywhere they were. I threw so many fucking Safari balls, but I never got it. Chansey in the cave in Cerulean. That looks strange. When I play Pokemon nowadays, I just Mew glitch myself a Chansey. You get a lot of weird ass Pokemon in Peter. I mean, fuck, in Cerulean Cave. My brother did better than me. Probably because he was older. Probably because he liked collecting more. He got 150. That includes Mew, but he never got an Electabuzz. He got all but one. We had someone like trade us a Mew. He probably hacked it in. That's cool. That's Street Fighter Alpha actually has that too. There's a few characters with frame and airborne attacks. Guy and Berlento. And Geef actually. And they can cancel them to custom combo.
入力の正確さ。お、これはあるのか。
これは完全にチキンさんペース。
Still 150 or more to see. To be a Pokemon master is my destiny. Something like that. I don't remember how it went. I still listen to that on YouTube every now and then. Tiger Raid is one of my favorite supers. You'll be interested to know that he has it in Street Fighter 4 Omega. It's my destiny. Yeah, that. Garbreak traded. He did another one. Garbreaks are a little fast, but they're designed to be very reactable. That looked so stupid. Did he mean for that? He got an air super that instantly landed. All stages in this game are weird as fuck. This is probably the weirdest one. My brother had blue and I had red, so he couldn't even find an Electabuzz. He relied on trading to get all of them, and for whatever reason I never got an Electabuzz. I think that was one of the 8. I know where they are. I knew where they were even when I was a kid. I think we didn't have a link cable, so we just relied on other people having link cables. We would like borrow it and then do some trading. But I think me and my brother basically never traded. Oh, is it over? I've never seen that. Does that do more damage than his level 3? Because that looks like less than his level 3. In this game, if a character doesn't... No, every character has a meaty... Every character has an invincible reversal in the form of Excel. Excel is a universal option that's invincible. And meaty guard breaks are not so easy to get as they sound, because they're kind of slow. Arbok can be found... The easiest place to find Arbok, if it's in red, is Cerulean in the left field. Like if you go from the Pokemon Center straight left. That's like very close to a place you can fly to. And there's Ekans in there. Protection versus guard breaks, I didn't know. That's cool. It's nice they planned around that. Street Fighter 4 doesn't have that, but it has backdash invincibility as a counter to focus, meaty focus. Not only does a backdash get out of meaty focus, but it also makes the focuser punishable. Very cleverly designed. Oh, whoa, what's this? Persona Entertainment uploaded a new video. This is max damage for 1 bar, I suppose. Quite a lot of damage. Max damage for 2 bars. Also quite a lot. No, I didn't even play since last time. It was a good combo the first time, but then it was the same combo the second and third time. It's kind of the problem with KOF14. There's a decent amount of combo versatility. Not as much as 13 though. Better than Street Fighter 5 anyway. That's quite a lot. Oh, show me the power. This is the absolute highest damage formula for most characters. Is 5 bars plus start the combo with a max mode. like REB max mode activated when the combo starts. That was a lot. I don't even think Sylvie Pala Pala has like that much HP though. I don't remember if she does or not. That's cool. That was cool too. The double blow. I don't even know who this bitch is. She's one of the 4 new DLC characters. I recognize the other 3. Her design is pretty great. I love how much of an attempt they've made in this KOF game to not bring back KOF 13 characters. How much damage was that? Quite a lot. Not that much. Blue Mary's in the game now. Blue Mary's one of my favorite KOF characters. I would definitely run Blue Mary on my team. Idly considering getting some Shut-Eye so that I'm well rested for the BAF Cup so that I can win the BAF Cup. Idly considering. I'm going to play Queen Sakura. I wonder, I'm going to read the comments of my latest YouTube video. We will see. Shoryuken Tube. Omega at a glance, Ryu. 670 clicks. 681 clicks. 58 thumbs up. 5 comments. There was 4 last time I checked. Ooh, that parry follow-up does seem pretty cool. Maybe pressing VT does a powerful launching blow. Using V-skill does the improved frame data and cancels from X and solar plexus, and pressing VT after V-skill does the crumple blow. That might be a bit strong, but I feel like I could use more direct offensive usage like Vega's VT2. Also, that MK looks very nice and should be a command normal even if it just makes him Akuma. I agree with everything this guy just said. I'm going to catch some Shut-Eye. Just a bit.